The anticipation has been building. It's Region 10 football back under the lights on a Friday night. The matchup you've all been waiting for. Get ready for Region 10 football. It's time. Incredible. Beautiful high-arcing throw right into the hands. What a catch. He levels the boom. Big run, Daddy. Oh, what a catch. And it's in for the score.
Territory on Flyer Field, getting the win. And now the game started at 6 o'clock. You can catch that one over on region10sports.tv or on thefansportsnetwork.com. So all of that is available over there. Ridgeline and Snow Canyon is underway as well. Last I checked, Ridgeline had a decent lead over the Warriors, so you can check out that game over on our streaming platforms as well. Then again, of course, this game, Crimson Cliffs and Cedar getting ready to kick off here at 7 o'clock. Winner will go on to face again the winner of that Ridgeline Snow Canyon game. All of the next round will be played. The semifinals will be played at SUU. First game is going to be at 4 o'clock on the 5th, and then the next one at 7 o'clock. Winner of this game will play in that early matchup at 4 o'clock, and then the 7 o'clock matchup, it'll be Mountain Crest and winner of Desert Hills and Skyview, as we mentioned before. So, again, thank you for joining us for our Findlay Subaru pregame show for this matchup between the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs and the Cedar Reds. The Mustangs come into this one as co-region champions with the Snow Canyon Warriors for Region 10. And the Cedar comes into this one after a win against Logan. They shut them out, but only put 7 points on the board themselves, doing so in the first quarter. There's a quarterback keeper from Coden Lunt that gave them the only score of the game, but that's all they needed to finish the game out, seal the deal, and move on to this next round against Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Now, of course, with the Mustangs being the region champions, co-region champions, they are set to be the favorite in this matchup. Now, these two teams obviously have faced off before. In the first matchup, the final score of that one was 48-24, with Crimson Cliffs getting the win. So what'll happen tonight, I guess we'll see. The Cedar team definitely going to come out to fight. I know that they're going to be coming out strong after having that win last week. In Crimson Cliffs, they've been sitting on the sideline for quite a while. They haven't played a game since that game against Cedar, which was back on the 12th. Of course, with it being the 28th today, that was quite a while ago since they played football, over 2 weeks ago. So that's a long time to be off the field. So with that, I mean, we'll see what this Crimson Cliffs team looks like. Hopefully they still have some fresh legs in them and not rusty legs. So we'll see what they can do with that one. But again, thank you for joining us for this Findlay Subaru pre-game show. If you are listening on radio as well. We're going to be jumping across a few broadcasts tonight, trying to catch as much as we can on radio. But again, streaming is an option for all of these games, where you can catch all of them in their entirety over on the fansportsnetwork.com, region10sports.tv, and on KSL as well. With National Anthem coming up shortly, again, we want to thank you for joining us for this broadcast and for joining us throughout the playoffs here. We're going to take a quick break for the National Anthem, and we'll be back after that to wrap up the Findlay Subaru pregame show and get ready for kickoff here from Crimson Cliffs High School.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cass Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com. I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive?
Welcome back into the Findlay Subaru pregame show. National Anthem wrapping up here from Crimson Cliffs High School. And very well done, if I do say so myself. It's Caden Formaster here. I got Keith Curtis coming to join me. He was over there broadcasting that Dixie and Mountain Crest matchup that ended in the victory for Mountain Crest. But he will be here shortly to help me with some color commentary coming up for this matchup. So, again, thank you for joining us on this broadcast as we get ready to get things underway. Now, again, Cedar and Crimson matched up for the final game of the regular season. So these two are not unfamiliar with each other. In that last matchup, again, I had, as before mentioned, Crimson Cliffs got the win in that one, 48-24. Crimson Cliffs kind of just scoring all throughout. I mean, every single quarter getting points on the board. Really ran away with it in the second quarter. Had 21 in the second quarter alone. And compared to 3 from Cedar. Cedar in the fourth quarter put up 21 themselves to kind of get back into it, but Crimson had their second string guys in there at that time. So, well, teams meeting midfield right now to get the coin toss underway. But again, from this last matchup, some of the stats to note here. was Steele Barbin, quarterback for Crimson Cliffs High School. Steele Barbin had 7 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Coden Lunt had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Steele Barbin threw for 368 yards. And then on the ground, you had Mason Topalian, who was a major workhorse for the Mustangs with 83 yards on 10 carries. On the other side, though, Devin Crenshaw had quite the game. He had 73 yards, and he's always been quite the back in the backfield for the Reds. The 3 touchdowns come in from passing. One of them, Spencer Bell Jr. getting in and getting something done. They went to Stockton Albrecht, Connor Hardman, and Ammon York, each of them getting a point on the board, or getting a few points on the board and getting a touchdown to their name in that last matchup. Now, again, we talked about Cedar facing off against Logan last week. As the 8th seed, they took on the 9th seed in Logan and got the win 7-0. So Crimson wins the toss. They are going to defer to the second half. Cedar will be receiving on the north end, meaning Crimson will be kicking off from the south. Crimson in the all reds today. Cedar wearing the white tops and the maroon bottoms, of course, with their classic gold helmets. I love those gold helmets. Those things are great. So we're getting ready for kickoff here shortly. Again, Crimson will be kicking off to the Reds. So we'll see this Reds offense come out onto the field here shortly, see what they can do in this matchup. Again, thank you for joining us for the Findlay Subaru pre-game show. Getting ready for that Udine Associates kickoff. Udine Associates is your local American Family Insurance agency here in St. George. So last week, Cedar had a tough time moving the ball against that Logan defense, but I will say this, they did have a shutout, so that defense for the Reds was able to hold up quite well against the Logan Grizzlies. Can they do it again tonight and have that defense stay strong against this Crimson Cliffs offense? I mean, I guess time will tell. We'll see what tonight brings on this 7 o'clock kickoff. The last game of the night. We've had 4 games now that have kicked off, including this one. So it's been a long day of some high school football, but it's been a lot of fun, that's for sure. So we're excited for this one. As Crimson getting ready to kick off here shortly. Number 39 for the Mustangs getting ready to kick this one away. That's Ty Ottenshot. Back to receive. This one hits right at the 1-yard line. That's Trayden Elliott. Elliott with some room at the 40, all the way out to the 50 before he's wrapped up and taken down into Crimson territory. A beautiful return by number 21, Trayden Elliott. That's something you love to see right now if you're the Reds. Getting in there and getting good field position to start things off already. That brings out this Reds offense led by Coden Lunt. Coden Lunt, the lefty quarterback, again had a pretty good game last week against the Logan Grizzlies. So the ball officially spotted down at the 47-yard line. Sideline warning already given to the Reds, too.
So we got 42, yeah, 42's up.
Play getting ready to go underway. Coden Lunt takes the snap. Fakes a handoff to Crenshaw, keeps himself up the middle. Big gain up the middle for a U First Credit Union first down. The Reds rolling in hot down to the 34-yard line. Beautiful run there by the quarterback, Coden Lunt. So again, U First Credit Union first down from the 34-yard line into Crimson territory. Handoff this time to Crenshaw. Crenshaw takes it across to the left side and is dropped down around the 31. Gain of about 3 yards. It brings up 2nd down and 7 to go. So again, that kickoff return by Traden Elliott returned all the way out to the 47-yard line to start things off. He got it at about the 1, so give him a 52-yard return on that. That is a great return by Traden Elliott. On 2nd down. Taken down in the backfield. The flag is on the play. That'll bring up a sack for Crimson, but again, a flag. Here's your Holbrook Asphalt replay. So it's an ineligible man downfield on the offense. So penalty will be declined. Brings up 3rd down and long, 3rd and 13 here for the Mustangs.
3rd and 14. 3rd down, 14 for Cedar. Let's go with these men.
They declined it. They've got to move the ball up. They got to move the ball up.
So the 3rd down now coming in for the Reds. Coden Lunt looking to the sideline to get that play call. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. .951 on the clock. Still scoreless here in the first quarter. Snap is away. Lunt back to pass, rush up the middle. He gets hit, passes away. Brought in. Beautiful play by Ammon York with the coverage in his face. York brings it in. That was Brock Baker trying to defend that one and still just has a tough time getting through to it. So that's into the Cache Valley Bank red zone now for the Mustangs, or excuse me, for the Reds into Mustang territory. So with the ball down on the 7-yard line, the Reds take the snap. Lunt to pass. Pressure coming to him. He goes right up the middle. Taken down by number 97, Rowan Williams. Brought it all the way down to the 4-yard line.
Tackled by Williams. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal now in the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Cache Valley Bank is your financial outfitter here in Southern Utah. Joining me on the broadcast now, Keith Curtis, hopping into the booth with me. Driving across town from Dixie High School in a tough loss as Lunt takes it across the left side, getting close to that goal line, but looks to be just short by a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and goal at the 1.
Boy, Caden, they're getting good push up front from the offensive line. This is a great opening drive for Cedar. We saw them score in their opening drive last week and hang on for a 7-0 lead. So this could be a good sign for them.
Absolutely. Ball on the 1-yard line. Cedar Reds looking to punch this one in and get the first Finley Hyundai touchdown of the game. It's a direct snap.
Oh, I think we got it.
Forward. Does he have it? They're saying he does.
So the Reds strike first.
Good push through for the touchdown from the Cedar Reds.
Boy, they were just getting a hat on a hat and moving that line back just enough, and just got enough to get across that goal line, and half that offensive line came out fired up. So Cedar gets on the board first.
How are things going across town? I know it's a tough loss there for the Flyers.
Oh my goodness. 20 seconds left and they hit a 75-yard bomb.
Oh no.
Perfectly placed ball. I mean, it was, the defender was right there. Unbelievable ending.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So extra point It's up, and it looks to be good. It is. So the first Findlay Hyundai touchdown of the night goes to the Cedar Reds. They're on the board 7-0 against the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. And last week we saw one score from the Reds in the first quarter, and by the looks of this offense, they could put up a few more.
Yeah, I was watching them as I was running in from the parking lot, which is a zoo, by the way. I don't know what else they got going on here besides the game tonight, but man, it is crazy out there. But they just, even from the opening kickoff, they got a great return, and they're coming there. They're ready to play tonight.
So it was Connor Hardman that rushed that one in on the direct snap for the touchdown. So he gets on the board. Then Edgar Hernandez gets the extra point through. So Edgar Hernandez Hinojosa gets that through. Kickoff here by Parker Kusifer. It's short, taken around the 7. Topalian takes it across to the 30, takes a couple hits too. It's Mason Topalian on the return. Gets it all the way out to about the 31.
He bounced off a couple of guys. They look like a pinball out there almost.
A little bit. Yeah. They'll put him at the 32 for this Mustang offense to head out onto the field. We have yet to see this Mustang offense as the Reds took it on the opening kickoff and marched their way down for the first score of the night. 7-0 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
Okay, now I don't know if you've mentioned it to our listeners at home, but our friends from Snow Canyon are behind 38-20. Yep. So it's been a rough night for the Region 10 teams so far.
Yeah, and we'll keep updated with that with our Nets on Fire updates. There's a rush up the middle from Topalian again. Topalian getting his hands on the ball for a good movement up front for about 6 yards.
Yeah, just a nice job. You see the left guard just take the defensive tackle for Cedar and turn him in and almost manhandled him to the ground, but got a nice hole there to run and got 7 tough yards.
Snaps away, Barbin on the draw, hands it off to Topalian again, takes across the left side, pushes forward past the 45, falls down at the 47 for a U-First Credit Union first down.
Boy, the nice job and part about that run by Topalian is he saw the defenders come up to make a stop, and he split them and fell forward for another 2-3 yards.
Mustangs moving quick as Barbin takes another snap, flag on the play.
Yeah, I don't think they're quite set, so they're going to move that back 5 yards.
Encroachment on the defense is the call.
That's Dante McGarvey. Got a little too anxious there down there, Dante.
Pushes it forward to the 47-yard line into now Cedar territory. So the all-red Mustangs out there moving it forward for Crimson. Snaps away, Barbin back to pass. Right up the middle. Oh. Nearly picked off.
That was McGarvey again. He's trying to make up for the being offside penalty and just about had a pick. Made a great play on the ball.
Yeah, that is. Which of the McGarveys is it?
Oh, there's two of them. Yeah, sorry, Dante is number 8. It looks like Damien's number 2. So.
Yeah. Both of them out there on the defense right now. So for our listeners at home, our Cedar friends and family over there that want to differentiate which McGarvey it was.
They're yelling at the radio, which one is it?
So again, ball at the 47-yard line. Snap is away. It's a handoff up the middle. This time Christiansen takes it forward and pushes his way through for a first down.
Boy, that time he got hit about just shy of the first down, but he just lunged and drug about 2-3 tacklers and had a little help from the line up front right off the right side, and great first down pickup.
Timeout to Cedar. It's our first Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous timeout. With that, we will take a timeout ourselves. 1 minute, and we will be back for more on the Fan Sports Network.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Welcome back as still Barbin takes the snap, passes deep to the end zone. Incomplete. It was intended for number 20, Luke Childs.
Yeah, that time it was Damian McGarvey. I know we were mixing the brothers up there, but great coverage that time. Was fronting Childs all the way down there, just having to turn around right at the last minute, so there's no interference. And Crimson trying to score on the big play.
So with the ball again at the 42-yard line. Off of that U-First Credit Union first down brings up now 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Snap is away. It's a handoff up the middle. Christiansen pushing forward. Gets 5 yards, pushes forward to try to get a little more, but gets stuck after gaining, I think, about 4 on that one.
Yeah, he ran into Bryson Bennett. That's the coach's son. He's a tackling machine out there for Cedar. And looks like they got a...
Dante McGarvey looks to be down right now.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape.
Bounce up and walk it off, but you're right, he did. It looks like he's
looking at that shoulder.
Right shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, he's moving.
You never want to see that. That's always tough, especially from one of the players where we call his name quite a lot when we're covering Cedar. He's one of those guys that gets out there and works hard and plays hard every night. And we'd already mentioned his name once already, so
yeah,
he gets up, walks out under his own power, so that's good to see. He'll head off to the sidelines, get checked out by some trainers, and the show goes on.
Well, it's good hard run by Christiansen that time, but like I mentioned, Cedar sniffed it out pretty good. So
yep,
if Cedar can get him to stop here on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, with the ball on the 38-yard line. About 5.5 minutes left up on the clock on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Pressure getting to him. Barbin rolls out of it. He's going to take it himself. A wide open field past the 30, down to the 20, 15, out of bounds at about the 12. Huge gain by Still Barbin across the left side.
Boy, what a smart play by Barbin. He realized they were pretty much in a man-to-man coverage, and once he got outside of that pressure by number 47, he just turned on the afterjets and picked up 20, 25 yards, 30 yards.
The Mustangs will set up on the 12-yard line into the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Right now, we're getting into that Bose Auto Parts crucial part of the game territory where you got to go back and forth. If one team's going to score, Crimson, you got to score too. You got to get on the board, and you don't want field goals. You want touchdowns.
Yeah, they got to match score for score.
Yeah, and on cue, a tough penalty here is going to take them back to the 17, false start.
Yeah, it looked like Jordan Eaton got a little anxious there in the left slot. They had sent Connor Kell in motion, and then Eaton started going a little early. So
yeah, and Eaton, who was
he's been out
on the injury list, he hasn't played in over a month, so this is his first game in a while. So speaking of Eaton, Jordan Eaton in motion, taking it across to the other side. Snap is away. Barbin looking to pass, going out to the end zone.
Boy, that was great coverage.
That was really good coverage. It was intended for Connor Kell.
Yeah, that was number 16 for Cedar, Jake Story. He made a great play. He didn't turn around until the receiver was going for the ball, and he turned right around at the right time, knocked it away at the last minute. You couldn't draw that up any better for any better coverage that way.
So Connor Kell's going to come out, and into the game is Tyler West. 2nd and 15 for the Mustangs after that false start penalty on the first down, pushed them back a little bit further back into the red zone on the 17-yard line. Snap is away. Barbin looking to pass again up the middle. West in for the touchdown. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's
going to go back. It's going to be a holding against the offense. It's going to find its way back. So even though Tyler West finds the end zone, it's still going to back him up.
Yeah, that's a tough break if you're a Crimson fan. You can hear the home fans a little disappointed about that call, but it's the right call. They tried to run him underneath the line, and one of the big linemen just reached out and grabbed the down lineman for Cedar.
Well, and had that not happened, I think West still had enough room to get around that. It wasn't a defender that was anywhere in the way.
Yeah.
That's a tough break right now for Crimson, because you just lost out on a touchdown that could have been there either way, I think.
Yeah.
So tough break here for the Mustangs. Got to watch out for those penalties. The flags have already been flying frequently enough tonight.
Well, that's going to bring up second and about 27.
Barbin to pass again going deep, overthrown, nearly picked off again. You mentioned him earlier, number 16, Jake Story.
Yeah, Story in the right place. He's just playing a deep third zone, it looked like. And Barbin tried to fit it in there to Eaton, but it just, he's lucky that wasn't picked off.
So 3rd and 25 for the Mustangs. We mentioned before, your Bose Auto Park crucial part of the game, and these moments are crucial to the game.
Well, you think about it from Cedar's standpoint, if they can hold them to 0 or 3 points
through the first quarter,
yeah,
absolutely. It is still 7-0 Reds on the board first, with 4:56 left in the first quarter. Barbin to pass. Going deep again, deep shot out to the corner of the end zone, and it's underthrown for West. That brings up now 4th down.
Boy, I'm not sure about that, that location, Caden. He was triple covered. I'm a little surprised Barbin didn't try to go to a different route.
Well, if you look over here on the other side, Eaton had 1-man coverage. You had Childs who had 2-man coverage. You're right. That triple coverage in the back, that's a tough spot to make it.
Looks like Crimson's going to go for it on 4th and 20 plus. So,
well, they're saying, hey, you know what? Ball's on the 30.
Yeah, it's a 47.
It's a long field goal, and we're not going to punt it. So we might as well at least just try to put it further into Cedar territory. As Barbin looking to pass all day, did the deep part of the end zone. Does he have him for the touchdown?
Yes, he got a toe in. Goodness, what a catch by Boston Adamson.
Boston Adamson with our Jason Baum long bomb for a Findlay Hyundai touchdown. Let's check out this replay here. Adamson extending the arms and getting his feet in.
Got that right foot down right before the end line there, and just like that, Crimson's right back in this, getting it all knotted up at 7.
Tell Hershey on the defense there. Defended it well.
Yeah.
Just Boston Adamson getting it in as the point after is up and good.
Just an excellent play. He just, really not much more he could have done. I mean, he forced him to the boundary, and he just happened to drag that right foot in to get it in. Just a great execution by the offense for Crimson.
So we're tied up 7 apiece now on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. From bold statements, subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Well, again, 4:38 left in this first quarter. We start fresh, tied up.
Well, Caden, it's if you're Cedar, though, you've made a point. Your defense looks like it's ready to play those deep passes, and if it wasn't for just great execution, they would have been held without points. And so I think you can build off of that. And they've been playing out of their minds the last couple of weeks. Their defense has, so they don't need to hold their head down. That's for sure.
Yeah. Getting ready to kick off Ty Ottenshot. Just barely put one through for the extra point. Now getting ready to send this one away. He does, and it is low into the hands of Traden Elliott again, who had a great return. This one, he gets dropped down inside the 20 at the 17 or 18 yard line. We'll see where they spot him at it. But yeah, Traden Elliott to start this game had that amazing 52-yard return for the Reds to get this thing started.
The coverage was excellent that time by the special teams unit. Luke Messenger, number 9, was the first guy to put a stop on him, and then he was followed up with a bunch of his friends. So great coverage that time. I think the special teams coach got after him a little bit.
I think so, and rightly so. It was a great return the first time around. This one only brought it out about 12, 15 yards.
Yeah.
Lunt looking to pass, the pressure coming. He takes it himself, puts on the stiff arm, gets close to the line to gain. I think he's a yard shy. They'll spot him at the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Boy, we've called a lot of games for Crimson, and then Rowan Williams is one guy that doesn't get pushed around like that. But you see Lunt with the stiff arm. What a great move, and picked up a couple extra yards. So looked like he was going to get sacked, and turns it into a real positive play.
Yeah, the young lefty making things happen. Gets 9 yards on that one. 2nd and 1, as we mentioned.
He's not running tentative tonight. Last week he was kind of tiptoeing around a little bit, but tonight it seems like he's just going full bore.
Well, and I think your coach kind of says at a certain point, hey, we don't want this to be the last game of the season, so you got to go all out.
Just go.
You just got to go all out. And it seemed like last week with the home field advantage, play is called dead here. Looks like it's going to be brought back.
Oh, you can't have that.
Delay a game call.
You just pick up 9 yards. Now you move it back 5. Negates that 9-yard gain. That's tough.
Yeah, puts the ball now back at the 23-yard line. You never want to move backwards, especially when you're still in your own territory. That's a tough spot right now for the Reds. So 2nd down and 6 now. Coden Lunt takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Crenshaw, who goes up the middle with it. Wrapped up and taken down. That is Rowan Williams.
Yeah, Rowan didn't like getting stiffed on last time. This time he comes off the end, blitzing. No one touches him from Cedar, and he has a free shot at the running back to bring him down. So 3rd and long now.
Yeah, no gain on the play.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Caden, Cedar really, they really need to get Crenshaw involved in this game early to try to help that, keep that clock moving.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, with the lead that they had early in, if they can continue to just try to push that lead more and more, if they can get there again. Passes away, going on across the outside. Stockton Albrecht. Catching it in stride and getting the U First Credit Union first down to about the 35.
That was a wide receiver screen, and this time the big tackle, Xander Weaver, 73, got out in front and made the key block to spring him and let him pick up 10 yards for the first down. So what a great block by Xander Weaver. Showed some great athletic ability and quickness for a big lineman getting down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to give the love to some of those big guys.
For sure. Lunt takes a snap, makes a handoff, keeps it himself, pushes it up the middle. Short gain, about 3 yards.
That was the right read. He tried to do the wide receiver
option there
with number 21, Traden Elliott, but Elliott would have got lit up. So it's a good thing he pulled it and ran and got some positive yards out of it. If not, they would have lost yardage. Wouldn't be surprised, Ken, if they run that kind of same look, pull the ball out of the fake and hit a little slant pattern.
Yeah.
Because those linebackers are crashing really hard.
Well, that's the one thing about this Crimson defense is they do have a great blitz.
Yeah.
They like to get back in there, and you have to be careful of that. They have great linebackers here at Crimson. Handoff taken across the side. Flag on the play. The handoff went to Jordan Raftery.
Yeah, Raftery, he needed to get upfield and not try to go wide. He just doesn't quite have that kind of speed, and I think they're going to get a hold, too, against Cedar, so it's going to be a double whammy here.
Get that offense already moving their way back. So from the 39, going back.
Going all the way back to what, the 29?
Should be the 29 would be my guess, but
that umpire seems a little confused.
He's a little confused. he keeps looking back at the pylons over there, over at the sticks or whatever, and he's like, yeah, wait, is this where I'm supposed to be? Yeah.
Then he looks at the ref and goes, is this right?
And the ref's like, yeah, you're good.
It's better to have it right and accurate, right?
Yeah, looking at those chains on the side, and it's just like, yeah, let's right here's good.
That's
right here's
enough.
good. Yeah. So it is second and a lot of field to go now for about 17 for the Reds. They got to get all the way up to that 46 to convert. Lunt rolling out, nearly sacked. Has to put the ball on the turf.
Boy, they're fortunate they didn't get a grounding call there. They had the linebacker, number 34, blitzing in there, and he had a hold of him, but
yeah, that's McKay, the sophomore, McKay Wright, getting back there, and there is a flag on the play now. I don't know when that came out, but
they ended up throwing it for probably intentional grounding.
I would assume so, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But there was number 37 was out there, and they had another receiver, so it's not.
But he was about 10 yards shy of the receiver too. So
yeah, that's true. I'm trying to give the kid a break here.
I know, I get it. I'm playing some devil's advocate on you.
Yeah,
they're going to call intentional grounding. Yep. So again, penalties push it further back for the Reds here. This is a tough position to be in right now for Cedar. As I mentioned before, the line to gain is the 46. The ball is now set up on the 12.
Wow.
34 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's tied up at 7 apiece on the Wilkinson South Sliding scoreboard. And the Reds back in their own territory, backed up quite a ways. Snaps away to Lunt, pass out to the outside. He has his guy. It's Trayden Elliott, flag down. He gets out to about the 24 before but not until the flag, of course, coming out early. So
I wonder if we're going to get another hold. Yep, against Cedar.
It looks like it's going to go against Cedar. They're going to decline it. They already talked to the sideline and said, let's just bring up fourth down. It's 4th and long. Let them punt to us.
Well, if anything, Caden, they won't have to kick it from their own goal line, so that's good. Give them a little bit of space. They meaning Cedar. I mean, I think if they'd have taken that hold, they take it from the spot, and they would have been back to about the 10-yard line. So really wouldn't gain much from accepting the penalty.
Yeah, exactly right. So again, that's Trayden Elliott. Gained 5 yards on it, but again, there's just not anywhere close to enough, even with the penalty that could have pushed them back even more, but brings up 4th down. So they will get ready to punt this one away, but it looks like they will do so into the second quarter. So we'll take a quick break. Give us 30 seconds, and we will be back for that second quarter here on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Tied up 7 apiece as we get into the second quarter of action here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Mustangs are about to receive the punt from Cedar. Back to receive this one is number 14, Tyler West.
Now remember, Caden, we've seen Cedar a few times. They've had a couple of times on their special teams with the snaps, so we want to keep an eye on that just to make sure they get those off cleanly.
Yeah, last week, that was a big turning point for Logan, where they got really close to scoring at one point because of a bad snap. And this time, snap is good. Ooh. Nearly blocked.
Wow.
The punt falls into the hands of West. Oh, he drops it, picks it up off the turf, runs with it out to the 45, across the 50, and taken down out of bounds around the 46. 44 we'll put him at.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out.
Muffed the punt, but lucky for West, it went right back up to him. Get around the corner.
So ball placed down at the 44-yard line. It's a U First Credit Union first down here for the Mustangs. Now remember, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Ridgeline Snow Canyon.
Boy, what
a tough play that just ends up in nothing there for the Mustangs.
They try to
pass
hit
over to
Eaton.
Jordan
Yeah,
Eaton.
they try to get Eaton on a little bubble screen, and the McGarvey, not Damien, but the older brother, Dante, was right there for the tackle, hanging on, and then a bunch of other Reds were there to help bring him down after just a 1-yard gain. Now, those of you at home, if Dante is not the older brother, I apologize.
So second down, 9 to go. Still Barbin takes the snap. It's a handoff. Mason Topalian spins his way into a short gain down to the 40-yard line. 3-yard gain for the Mustangs.
Yeah, nice job by Jaden Orr, number 24, the middle linebacker, as well as number 80 for Cedar. That was Aiden Pahua with the stop. So this is a big third down right here. Or am I missing this? Yeah, it is third,
yeah, it's
right?
third. Okay. We had 2nd and 9, and now it is third and 6.
They got to get some pressure on Barbin if they're going to pass it.
Snap is away. Barbin across the side has his guy. It's Childs. Past the 30 down to the 29-yard line for a U First Credit Union first down.
Yeah, just too easy throw and catch. Child just waits for the backers to drop into their zone, does a nice little slant in route, and picks up the first down.
Barbin again to pass. Going deep. He has Kell. Connor Kell stretching out.
Boy, a fortunate break for the Reds there. Kell was open. Throw was just off, or else they would have been on the scoreboard.
Yeah, wide open Connor Kell lays out. It just not there. Is a good thought by Barbin.
Yeah, not sure what the coverage quite was there. Must have been a miscommunication or something. You see the linebackers sitting there talking to the DBs, so might have been a mix-up in the coverage.
Just saying, hey, you need to make sure to catch that guy, and you need to make sure to catch that guy.
And don't let them catch the ball.
Don't let them catch the ball. Barbin takes a snap. Pass across the middle.
Oh.
Ball's on the turf, intended for Luke Childs.
Yeah, that was broken up nicely by Damian McGarvey. Man, the McGarveys are getting some run tonight.
Yeah.
Just a hair in front or behind Childs, and so McGarvey was able to make a play on the ball, making it real difficult. Again, they tried to run that same slant pattern that Childs got the first down on a few plays earlier.
You think family, when they're out there playing, that they trying to say, hey, I had 3 pass breakups. What you got? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet there's a little of that.
3 pass breakups, 4 tackles. I was doing good on, that kind of stuff, right?
At the dinner table, yeah.
Barbin with the snap, looking to pass. Has a lot of time. Tries to take it outside, and it was incomplete. Again, Luke Childs.
Yeah, that throw was just a little down and out, but it went off Childs' hands. They say if it hits your hands,
a good pass.
You gotta catch it.
That was a good pass.
And so, Barbin's going to say, hey, you got to bring that in, brother.
Brings up 4th and 10, and the offense stays out on the field. They're feeling pretty comfortable tonight that they can convert here on 4th down. Well, they've already done it once.
If you're Cedar, you really need to stop right here to kind of shift the momentum back.
Well, it is official. Snow Canyon eliminated. 41-20 is the final score. There's Barbin with pressure finally coming up the middle. Good pass, good block. There's Luke Childs, gets all the way down to the 5. They put him at the 6-yard line. Give credit to that other receiver putting on the block.
Yeah, it was a great block by number 14, I believe.
Oh, it was Tyler West.
Yeah. Just too much time that time for Barbin to sit back in the pocket and survey the field, and did a nice job finding Childs, and Childs does the rest, getting down the sideline.
Especially on a 4th and 10, they convert that one and continue to move forward into the Cache Valley Bank red zone. It's a 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, there again, just too much time in the pocket.
So Barbin with Christiansen and Topalian next to him. He hands off to Christiansen, who's wrapped up by Bennett, but he slips it, falls forward for a short gain.
Boy, Bennett had him stopped 2 yards back. But Christiansen just running tough tonight. Slipped the tackle and picked up a yard. But, man, it was a tough yard.
They gave him 2 on that one even, so it's now 2nd and 4.
They're feeling generous tonight with the spot.
Barbin gives the play, and the team gets set. Mustangs looking to punch another one in here. Again, Christiansen and Topalian in a double running back set here next to Barbin. Barbin takes the snap. He'll pass this time. Quick outlet to Jordan Eaton. Looked like he got his foot in. Did he?
Yes, he drug that right foot in.
They're giving it to him. They're giving it to him. It's a Finley Hyundai touchdown by Jordan Eaton. Let's watch this Holbrook Asphalt replay. See if we can catch those feet of Eaton. And sure enough, he gets a foot in. That's all he needs.
Yeah, he's just outsized him. He's so much taller, a little bigger. That's a great play call because take advantage of the skill set you got there.
So the Mustangs getting another set of points on the board, another 7. It's 14-7 as the Mustangs get their first lead of the game here on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
Okay, and that's 2 touchdowns they've given up on 4th downs. That's tough.
Yeah. Well, this defense is getting them to where they're getting 4th downs, right? I mean, that's what you want from your defense, is saying, let's force them to have 4th downs, especially a 4th and 10. That's not bad for your defense.
No.
But you can't let them convert that 4th down, and they just let Barbin have all the time in the world back there in the pocket. And that really is what kind of was the breaking point, is letting them convert that 4th down, get to that 1st and goal situation.
Well, if you're Cedar here, you can hopefully get a decent return, you know, and try to get this momentum turned around a little bit. Since they scored, Crimson's ripped off 14 unanswered points, so they need a little spark to get them going again.
Ty Ottenschott getting ready to kick this one away. Shallow kick, picked up at the 7. Taking it out is Elliott again. Past the 20, past the 30, tripped up and brought down at the 33, 34. They'll put him at the 33.
Yeah, again, nice return that time. Elliott just picking his hole. And then once he saw it, he turned the afterburners on, just got tripped up. If not, he probably would have gone again for another 20-plus yards.
So the Reds offense back out onto the field. This is their 3rd possession.
Well, if you're Cedar, you just want to get some positive yardage going, you know, get some chunk plays here and there, sustain a few drives, get some time off the clock.
Snap is away. It's a handoff. That time it was number 37, Jordan Raftery.
They have a new quarterback in, number 11, Caden.
Yeah, that's interesting. They brought in Spencer Bell.
I wonder if something happened to Lunt or what.
Yeah, I'm not sure as Bell comes back out.
Well, we're sitting right here next to the Cedar coaches. We might need to steal some information from them, see if they can help us out a little bit.
I'm looking over the sideline. I pulled out the old binoculars to see if I could see him over there, and I just don't see anything, so I'm not quite sure.
Huh.
Well, Bell, again, as we mentioned, for Cedar coming into quarterback. Snaps away, rolls out to his left. Pressure getting towards him. He passes it. Is it a completed pass?
Yeah, he got a catch.
Stockton Albrecht.
Wow,
the receiver.
What a play.
It's a good play on the run. Let's watch this Holbrook Asphalt replay here. Is Bell, again, rolling out to his left side. Gets the pass away before the pressure gets to him. Right on the sideline, and Albrecht with his feet in. Sure enough, completed pass.
He was well covered by number 29 for Crimson. That's Braden Smith, just a young sophomore, but he was all over Albrecht for the reception. Can't fault the coverage, that's for sure.
So again, Bell sets up. Takes a snap. hands it off and brought down in the backfield. Number 9, Luke Messenger.
Boy, that had disaster written all over it from the start. Caden, the quarterback, and the running back kind of ran into each other. Then the running back runs backwards, doesn't get forward, and just a huge loss on the play. Great play by Messenger, getting penetration up front.
So again, that is now 3rd down. Interesting positions here as number 37, Jordan Raftery. Or excuse me, I thought it was still 3rd down. I was like, what are they doing? But there's a punter back there.
Well, they got the punt away. It was a good punt down to the 38, and that's where Crimson will take over.
Takes over now at the 38. This defense from the Mustangs holding up. So let's talk real quick about Gridiron University. Gridiron University All-Star Football is back. That's happening on Saturday, December 31st. It's their 4th annual Kickoff Classic. It's going on at Dixie High School. You can get tickets there at the game. Head over to giufootball.com for more information.
Yeah, they're a new sponsor with us. Glad to have them aboard.
U First Credit Union, first down here for the Mustangs. Snap is away. Quick pass out in the flat.
It's Peterson.
Big hit and falling forward for a decent gain there. Yeah, as you mentioned, that was number 18, Owen Peterson.
Yeah, good stop by Damian McGarvey, number 2 on the stop. Crimson going quick now. Oh, ball's on the ground.
Losing it. Still picking it up, though. And sliding down for a big loss is Barbin.
Boy, that goes down as a huge sack for number 24, Jaden Orr. What a play.
Check out this Holbrook asphalt replay. The snap was just so low. By the time it got to Barbin, it was already at his ankles and kind of off to the side. So he just takes a slide down at the 26-yard line.
Are you not surprised he didn't try to throw that out of bounds? He was outside the tackle box.
He had time to.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't. I don't know. He's young.
Yeah.
You make those young mistakes.
That's true. You just kind of shake your head, but you got to remember, you're right. He's just a junior.
Barbin takes a snap and looks. Pressure coming. He gets the pass off up the middle. Overthrown and intended for Connor Kell.
That was great pressure by number 53.
That was a bullet of a pass by Barbin.
Yeah.
That was
he fastballed it.
Yeah, that was a good pass up the middle, but Connor Kell just was not there. The accuracy wasn't there. The speed, man, that was nice.
Yeah, he had a little heat on that one. That one probably would have, if he tried to catch it with his hand, that would have left a mark.
Well, I'm pretty sure Barbin plays baseball, so it's a little bit of some of that baseball power in him right there, too.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right, well, the Mustangs will have to punt this one away. Jordan Eaton's back there to punt.
No, that's number 9.
That's number 9. I was looking at, it's Messenger. Interesting. Yeah, it looked like it was a number 4 out there with the jersey folded up the way it was.
They got the same build, too, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It could have been one or the other. Picked up at the 40, taking it in stride, and taken down as Elliott right at the 50. They'll push him forward, get him into Crimson territory at the 49. 5:37 left to play here in the first half. Mustangs 14, Cedar Reds 7.
Okay, and I got to just make a comment about that last play. That's going to go unnoticed, but that was a low-line drive. If he lets it bounce, that'll bounce and roll 10 to 15 more yards. So
Big thing that he picked it up.
Yeah, so he picks it up and falls forward, gets 8 yards, but that could have been a 20, 25-yard difference had he not done that. So
Sure.
Smart play.
It's a U First Credit Union first down here for the Reds. Again, this is Spencer Bell in at quarterback. Coden Lunt headed off. We haven't got any news yet on what happened there as he rolls out again, wrapped up and taken down for the sack.
Boy, Bell's got to get rid of that. When he goes, he's got to count in his mind, and he had plenty of time. He had at least 3-4 seconds back there. Then he tries to go out to his right. He's left-handed. Then he stops. He just should have got rid of the ball, thrown it out of bounds.
It's Rigby Moss on the takedown.
Boy, we're hearing
Scott Nyson as well on the assist.
Yeah, we're hearing a few different names tonight for Crimson.
I like that, though. You know, you get some of these, you get some juniors and sophomores and stuff involved. You know, we talked about Nyson a lot in preseason about him being a threat here. He, you know, we haven't called his name a bunch, and I know that from what I understand, I think there's some injury in there as well. But and I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that's what I heard. Pass across the middle to Elliott. Elliott takes a big hit, but falls forward. Finally taken down at the 40.
Boy, Kane, that's a huge play. Bell hits Elliott right over the middle, just a little circle route. And then he splits the defenders for Crimson, takes a hit, takes 2 hits, and picks up another 4 yards. So it brings up 3rd and inches rather than, you know, 3rd and long.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him get Bell under center and just sneak it and try to pick up that first down.
Well, and you kind of said this earlier, we haven't seen a ton from Crenshaw either.
No.
Crenshaw is out there. Devin Crenshaw, running back for the Cedar Reds, number 30, set up on the left side of Spencer Bell. We haven't seen a lot from him. I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick handoff there, but Bell keeps himself. Pressure coming. He slips it, stays on his feet, rolls out of it, continuing to roll. He's close. He drops the football. It's oh, no, he kept it. Woo. I thought he dropped it. I saw something hit the ground. Might have been towel or something. Woo.
He spun out of about 4 tackles.
Like 8 tackles. You kidding me?
He looked
That's
like he was
crazy.
in the washing machine, just in spin cycle there. The number 1 for Crimson come flying up there. That's Jay Sweeten, just to bring him to the ground.
I caught a leg, so we have our monitor here, and I caught someone's leg, and it looks entirely way too close to the color of a football, and I thought the ball hit the ground. That had me nervous there for the Reds, but hey, it's 4th and 1. Can they push this one forward? A little pass over the top. He's got his guy.
They go Wildcat.
Wow, little Wildcat.
With Elliott, yeah. And
Connor Hardman picks up the first down on the pass.
They fake the run, so everybody's in, and Hardman slips behind him, and they hit him with a little jump pass.
Elliott with the little scissor kick on the jump pass.
Yes, very nice.
Gets it down to the red zone.
I think we need to give him a score of a 10 on that jump pass kick. Scissor action.
Well, I'll tell you what, already Trayden Elliott is a major contender for our Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game, as he's had a beautiful kick return to start things off here. He's been the go-to guy for as a receiver, and now he's got a passing play for a first down on a 4th down conversion. He's putting in some work right now.
He sure is. He's had a heck of a first half. Oh, and you're going to get
a late hit. It's a flag after a flag already comes out on stoppage of play.
Yeah, you can't have that. Number 97.
Yeah, Rowan Williams.
Rowan Williams. You got to be a little bit smarter player on that. So now it's going to go 15 yards inside the 10-yard line.
Well, and he knew it too, because right after that hit came, he put his hands up and looked at the ref like, "I promise, I didn't mean to." And it was like, "No, hey, damage was done. Sorry."
Hate to break it to you, big fella. There's a lot of people here. We all side.
Yeah, and we have video evidence.
Yes, we do.
Well, as the officials confer.
Well, what they might have is a false start or whatever the reason was.
They probably went against Cedar, and then this one going against Crimson.
Yeah, so you'll move it back, but then move it forward, I would think. But I don't know. There's still a lot of discussion going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion. So, and I don't know if they're offsetting penalties necessarily, but. So they do a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
And then a roughing the passer.
I should take it down to the 10-yard line.
You know, because the play was dead. It's just a personal foul. Even the head official, as he's telling the score booth up here what the call was, he's like, "Wait, that doesn't sound right." Yeah, personal foul. So a half the distance to the goal from the spot of after the first flag came out.
So that'll bring up first and about 2 yards, first and 2. So you get a first down. And then they could, if you're Cedar, you want to pick up that first down and just continue to work the clock. You got 2:32 left here in the second quarter.
All right, Spencer Bell in the gun. takes the snap, looking to pass, goes outside with it, picked it up as Traden Elliott, down to the 5, it's a first down.
There's our guy, Elliott. He's had a heck of a first half. That's got to be his, what, 4th or 5th reception, plus you mentioned the kickoff returns. And give credit to Bell. He hit him in stride. It was a little bit low, but got it out there for him to make a move and get upfield. So 1st and goal for the Reds here on the 5. Great play call by the Cedar Red offensive coordinator. Got to give a shout out to him. He's sitting right next to me. I got to do that.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing, Traden Elliott, granted this isn't updated yet, had 22 yards so far, but that should be a little bit more added up for him.
Oh, yeah.
But he does get a passing yard for 20. We'll add that to his total. Snaps away. Crenshaw up the middle. No gain.
Boy,
in fact, maybe lost a yard.
Yeah, they really crunched that down. That was number 49 for Crimson that time. He came in and just put
Yeah, Scott Nyson.
Yeah, he just put it on Devin Crenshaw and then lost a yard. There's a couple other guys from Crimson in there. It's tough sledding inside there. They got to be a little more creative on that run game inside the 5.
Again, it's 14-7 Mustangs lead here as we approach halftime.
Well, and Cedar's taking their time. I mean, they're bleeding the clock down. You got a minute left.
Well, they want to. Here's the thing: Crimson gets the ball after half, so they don't want to give them any chance to get down, score, and then get the ball coming out of the half and score again. So
that makes sense.
They definitely. Oh, and
they were
timeout. They had to call timeout with the play clock rolling down like that.
They just took a little too much time getting the play in.
So Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous Timeout. It's our second of the day. With that, we'll take a quick 30 seconds, and we will be back on the other side here on the Fan Sports Network 14-7.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
Back at it here as we're wrapping up the first half of play. Mustangs 14, Reds 7 as the Reds getting closer to that goal line.
Just got an injury update. We were wondering about Coden Lunt and
that big hit just kind of rattled him, and they're taking their precautions. Yeah, just letting him rest it off on the sideline right now. So snap is away. Crenshaw's going to take it across the right side and go out of bounds back at the 5-yard line. Big takedown there by number 22, Naloa.
Yeah, Naloa did a nice job. They keep Crenshaw tried to bounce it inside, then went outside, thought he could get out there, but that Crimson defense just too quick, and the clock's moving. 28 seconds here. They got to move quickly.
Yeah, they're going to have to move quick to try to get into the end zone on 3rd and 5 here. 15 seconds left on the clock. Snaps away. Keeping it on a Wildcat is Traden Elliott, who's pushing forward. He's right about there. Do they give it to him?
They're going to lose time if they don't. Got 4 seconds left.
That's close. They got to call that 3rd and final timeout, if anything.
Boy, now here's
at a half a yard.
Here's the call, Caden. Do you run that Wildcat?
It works.
You got 6 inches, or do you take the points?
Yeah, we'll keep it right here during this Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous Timeout.
But he just kept those legs churning. I thought they had him stood up.
Let's check out the Holbrook Asphalt replay here. It's Traden Elliott pushing forward, the line getting behind him and shoving and pushing, and we see him fall forward right there. And he loses the football for a second and falls on top of it. And I think they're right about there at the half-yard line. Looks to be the spot. That looks fairly accurate. So
yeah,
I'll give the refs credit on this one.
Well,
where they needed to.
It's going to be interesting to see how they approach it. My guess is they're going to probably run that same play and just try to get some push behind. You know, that it's kind of a designed push play. You get your quarterback popping it up in there and let the running backs push. So here's a big play right here, right at the half.
Yeah, this is going to be the last play of the half here.
Well, and you got Parker Andrus, big 54, number 99 out there eating, and here's the play.
Oh, and they push it forward. It's a Finley Hyundai touchdown for the Cedar Reds.
Yeah, he's already handed the ball to the ref and everything. They're looking where the runner is. He got through there, no
he
problem.
got through there easily.
Yeah.
So it was handed off to number 47 for the Reds.
That was an inside handoff too, Kate.
They beautiful.
They thought for sure it was going to be the
Elliott.
Wildcat. Yeah, absolutely.
Elliott's back there with his hands up, ready to take that snap, and they just secretly just kind of hand it off. Beautiful play there.
Great play call. Absolutely great.
To tie, they're obviously with the extra point here can tie it up. Extra point is up and good. So tied game as we head into the half.
Wow.
Here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Unbelievable first half of play here. This thing's tight. This thing's tight. Obviously tied score, but you know what? Just on the eye test alone, they're looking good.
Cedar came to play tonight, and they've made a statement in this first half. They're not going to be pushed around by this Crimson team. Crimson, they got to wake up, because if not, I called the earlier game between Dixie and Mountain Crest, saw the same thing. It's tied at halftime, was close in the fourth quarter, and one play won it for Mountain Crest. So you never know.
You never know. The playoffs are crazy. The playoffs are crazy. All right, we're going to take a break. Coming up next, it's the Rally Stop halftime show, so stick around for that, where we're going to be giving you updates from across Region 10 and across the state of Utah as well, and more. We'll give some volleyball updates as well from state being played up at Utah Valley University. So stick around for our Rally Stop halftime show. All that and more coming up here on the Fan Sports Network. It's tied at 14.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
It's halftime here from Crimson Cliffs High School. The Mustangs and the Cedar Reds tied up 14 apiece here in the Rally Stop halftime show. It's Caden Formaster here, Keith Curtis as well, as we welcome you into the Rally Stop halftime show. Now Rally Stop cheering on your favorite teams. Head on over to Rally Stop and refuel, re-energize over at Rally Stop today.
I think I need some Rally Stop right now.
You're like my personal Rally Stop. You're feeding me Kit Kats over here during halftime, man.
We got to get some sugar in it.
Yeah, you got to do a little something to, you know, hey, you know what? This game is energy enough, but I will take it. I will take it. Man, again, tied up at 14 apiece as we head in here to the halftime show brought to you by Rally Stop. Now, this game, we'll get into it real quick coming up in a second, but I do want to give you an update from what's going on in the 4A volleyball championships. As of right now, Desert Hills, who was a 5th seed, beat Cedar earlier today, so they will move on to the semifinals and take on Skyview. Now Skyview, the #1 ranked team right now in 4A, will play up against Desert Hills as the 5th team. Now Desert Hills is the only Region 10 team left in through the semifinals. Crimson Cliffs fell to Ridgeline 3-1. And Hurricane fell to Green Canyon 3-1 as well. Skyview beating Snow Canyon in 3-1. So a lot of Region 11 teams that moved on in the 4A volleyball championship. So again, it's Skyview, Desert Hills left, Green Canyon and Ridgeline. Snow Canyon and Cedar will face off in the quarterfinals for the in the loss category, and Hurricane and Crimson Cliffs will face off. Winners of those matchups will move on to see who can take 5th and or 7th. So yeah, those ones moving on.
We only got Desert Hills left from Region 10, so we got to hang our hat on them. Hopefully the Lady Thunder can come through tomorrow up there at UVU and bring home a state championship.
Absolutely, that's what they're looking for. All right, that is your update from the volleyball state championships. Now, of course, earlier today, Dixie and Mountain Crest faced off. We kind of talked about that one and how Mountain Crest it feels really like a last-second play, kind of their last-ditch effort, long ball, dropped it in and all the way down for a big touchdown. You were at that game, so tell us about that.
Yeah, Caden, I was calling the game, and you know, it was Dixie came back, fought hard, scored with like 25, 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter to tie it up. And so you thought that Mountain Crest might just take a knee and go to overtime, but no, they come firing out. First play, the quarterback just drops a dime to the wide receiver going down the left sideline. And their coverage was excellent by Dixie, but just perfectly placed. Great catch, and then he slips the tackle and nobody was there. He goes 70+ yards for the winning touchdown. Mountain Crest Mustangs are in the semifinals, knocking the Dixie Flyers out.
That is crazy. And hey, you know what? In the Nolan Perry Power Guide, all Region 10 teams were favorited.
Yeah.
So that is a big loss for Region 10.
We were talking about it in the office today, and I was like, I don't know that I wouldn't have hung my hat that all 4 teams would win. It doesn't
feel like that's going to happen. Now,
yeah.
Score updates, by the way, across Region 10 and across the state of Utah, brought to you by Nets on Fire, giving you your local score update. They're the premier training facility and event facility in southern Utah. Cater to your athlete. Visit netsonfire.org. Now, Desert Hills, they put up 21 points in the 2nd quarter. That game still streaming over on the fansportsnetwork.com or region10sports.tv. You can also find it streaming on KSL, as well as, of course, this matchup here tonight. Desert Hills right now 35-6 over Skyview.
Oh, they're rolling.
Yeah, they're rolling right now indeed. So it looks like if all goes according to plan for the Thunder, they could be moving on to face Ridgeline. Yeah. They would face Ridgeline. Does that sound correct?
I think so, because, yeah, I think that's absolutely right, because, well, let's double check it.
I'm pulling it up right now. No, so the winner of this game will face Ridgeline.
Oh, that's right.
Desert Hills would face Mountain Crest. That's correct. And now remember, semifinals on the 5th at SUU. So that's coming up next week on Saturday. Games starting at 4 o'clock and at 7 o'clock.
Now, if you guys are wondering at home, why are the games so late in the afternoon? Well, the 3A semifinals are being played at SUU next Saturday as well, and they have the early games. I think they're at 10 and at 1. So that's why they're 4 and 7 for us next Saturday.
Right. Yeah, so you're exactly right about that. They are playing at SUU 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. are those matchups. Now, waiting to get, obviously, the 3A results have not come out yet. A lot of those games are still being played as we speak, so can't really update you there on 3A. But, hey, let's hop into this game going on.
Let's talk 1A. Talk about Enterprise, though. Your team, yeah.
Enterprise. I don't know what the final score ended up being. I'm going to pull it up right now. But last I checked, it was 35-0. Enterprise was winning that one. So
proud alumnus, Caden Formaster.
I know. I got to cheer on those Wolves. Hey, it's 35-7. Ended up being the final score against North Summit. So Enterprise gets the win. They move on.
Nice.
They will go and play the winner of Kanab and Duchesne. And looks like Duchesne beat out Kanab.
Well, is it still going, though?
Well, yeah, it looks like it still could be going, yeah.
That's a high-scoring one. Duchesne
currently leading against Kanab, and it's being played in Kanab as well, but Duchesne put up 20 points in the second quarter, so we'll see what updates there are there. Monticello with a big win over Altamont, 56-14.
Wow.
And then Milford plays some great football, 59-34 over North Sevier. Layton Christian, kind of the team to beat right now, 57-0 over Parowan tonight. So some of those updates from other Southern Utah schools as well. But hey, let's hop into this matchup tonight. So we talked about Codenlunt. He's out right now. They're just taking precautions with him, and probably won't be seeing him come back tonight. But Spencer Bell getting that position right now. Here's the thing about Spencer Bell, though. He's had 3 passing attempts, and he's had 3 completions for 32 yards, so he's 100% right now.
Well, they've all done a great job. I mean, you even had that jump scissor kick pass that was really good. I mean, I think they're what?
They're 7 of 8
on the night. Yeah, that's awesome. They've done a great job, and they've got a nice job getting some positive yardage in the run game as well. So for Cedar, you got to be really happy with where things have ended. Scoring right on the last play at halftime to take any and all momentum away from Crimson. Now Crimson will get the ball here in the second half. It's going to be, Crimson's got to, if it's close going into the fourth quarter, you're going to see a lot of people in the stands. They're going to be eating their fingernails.
That's right.
Because they were not expecting this kind of game tonight.
So it was Dante McGarvey that took that direct snap and rushed it in for that touchdown, which is, it's crazy. We thought it was going to go to Elliott.
Yeah.
But no, it goes, it's a direct snap somewhere else. And all of a sudden it just plays on the right, and we're like, where's the ball?
It was in the end zone already.
It was already in the end zone. They already got it in. It was easy.
A great play call, great design. I mean, we hadn't seen that. I haven't seen that play all year. No,
it was a beautiful play call by the Reds. They're looking fantastic right now. But hey, you know what? It's still a tied game. Mustangs with 14 on the board. They've converted 2 big fourth down conversions already.
Yeah.
Still, Barbin has struggled though to get his receivers. He's 6 of 15 for 40%. The 2 touchdowns, though, have been passing touchdowns, so he gets them when it matters, gets them in the end zone. Had a 1 deep pass out to Boston Adamson where he snagged it high in the air. And then another one, Jordan Eaton in the corner of the end zone pulled it in.
That Boston Adamson catch was just fantastic. And that was on Sports Center,
Yeah, it was a 30-yard bomb. It was beautiful. It's definitely a highlight play tonight. And definitely a contender for our Appliance Wholesaler Plus, our AWP Playmaker Play of the game. So we'll definitely keep an eye out on some other big plays, but that's a big one so far.
Well, and the other thing is Caden, Bell is an unknown commodity, right? He hasn't played a lot of RC time, and so Crimson doesn't know what to expect. And he's come in, he took a sack, but he also came in and he ran the ball a couple times. He's It's got some, whirling dervish type runs and, spinning and cutting, and a little bit different runner than Coden Lunt. And so he's brought a new aspect to the offense. And then Elliott's just been all over the place. He's been a little water bug all over the place. So Crimson's got to try to slow him down, or else Cedar's just going to continue to hang around and be right in this game.
Well, Spencer Bell, a fellow junior lefty quarterback, right next to Coden Lunt. You kind of look at some of their differences. Similarities are very obvious, but differences. Spencer Bell, 5'11", to Coden Lunt, 6'3". So size advantage will give to Coden Lunt, but Spencer Bell right now is sitting at 100% completion. I like that. I like that for Cedar. It's definitely one of those things that we're going to continue to keep our eyes on for the Reds to see if Spencer Bell can hold up. The one thing I have noticed, though, is the pressure's been getting to him. He's taking a couple sacks.
Yeah, he's going to have to get rid of the ball and be a little smarter that way so he doesn't take big losses. But, if they can get, again, I think this is key. They got to get Crenshaw involved in the running game. If they can get him going, they got a chance. Yeah, they got a chance here in the second half.
Yep, absolutely. Second half about to get underway. Thank you again for joining us here for the Rally Stop halftime show. We appreciate you sticking with us through this as we get ready for the second half of play. It's another UD and Associates kickoff here. UD and Associates is your insurance agency, specifically your American Family Insurance Agency here in St. George.
Well, Caden, the referees have met at the 50-yard line. Looks like they've made dinner plans. They're good to go. Applebee's it is. And we're going to get this second half rolling.
Let's join them. Applebee's sounds great right now. Quick anecdote before kickoff. When I was in my freshman year of college and I was poor, I had next to no money. Tuesday nights, after a certain time, you'd go over and it was like half off their appetizers. So we'd get wings, half off wings was like $4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Applebee's holds a special place in my young, poor heart. Kickoff is away. And Topalian gets wrapped up at about the 24. Big takedown there by number 80, Aiden Pahua.
Yeah, you had Pahua there, and you had number 26, Jake Ellis. What great coverage on the special teams for the Reds. I think they are ready and fired up for the second half.
I think so.
Great job by the coaching staff getting those boys ready.
So it's a UD Associates, or excuse me, UD Associates kickoff that leads into a U First Credit Union first down at the 25-yard line here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Still Barbin back in the shotgun, ready to take control. Snaps away. A little touch pass to Connor Kell, takes it across, stiff arm, gain of 5.
Yeah, a little pop pass there. It drives me crazy that they count that as a forward pass, but
it is. It's a little touch pass.
I know, but it's like a two-hand basketball chest pass or something. But man, Kell's got to be careful. He almost gets a face mask. Nice stiff arm there on Bennett, but he's got to be a little careful there. They could get him and call that offensively.
2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. Snap is away, back to pass, pressure's coming.
Oh, he got out of it.
Slips out of it, passes away, and out of bounds.
Smart play by Barbin that time. But man, Cedar, they had a blitz on, brought him from that right outside, number 26. Jake Ellis just had him, but Barbin smartly got out of it and threw the ball away just to live another day.
So it'll bring up now 3rd down and 5 here for the Mustangs. This Reds defense is feeling it right now. These guys are looking great.
Well, we saw them play last week against Logan, and they did a phenomenal
job. It was a shutout.
Yeah. They were all over the field. That was a tough, grinded out ball game, and they come in here with a lot of motivation, a lot of attitude, and they're playing hard.
Barbin to pass. Goes out to the left side. Oh, and he drops it. That is the second drop pass by Luke Childs. It just falls right into his hands, and he lets it hit the turf.
Boy, Caden, we've seen Childs a couple times this year drop passes that are right there, and then we can see him come back and make the most difficult catches. That one, he's got to bring that in.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, if you're a Cedar fan, this is exactly what you wanted. A 3-and-out, Crimson punting, and now you get the ball back after scoring right before the half. What a great way to start the second half.
So the punt is away, and it's a good one. Fair catch by Stockton Albrecht at the 32.
Well, Caden, I think they got Crimson's attention right now. I mean, that's not how you want to come out firing, with your offense after having sit through halftime, making adjustments, go 3 and out.
Yeah, that's tough. U First Credit Union first down here for the Reds as they come out onto the field. Again, ball at the 32. Spencer Bell out there, quarterback for the Reds. Tied up at 14 still. Into the third quarter, here we go. Snap is away, rolling out the left side, pressure coming. Rowan Williams gets there and gets the sack.
Boy, you just see the speed factor. Rowan Williams, I mean, he started on a dead sprint about 5 yards outside of the line, but was able to run down Bell on the far side of the field. Just turned on the afterburners. What great speed there.
Yeah, and I mean, Rowan Williams, he's a big kid.
He's only a junior, too.
He's a junior linebacker.
He's going to get some serious offers this next year.
They have him at 5'11", 190 is what they list him at, but
he looks bigger than that.
He looks bigger than that. He's put on some weight in the weight room, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I'd put him at like 210 by the looks of him out there. Snap is away. Bell to pass. He's going to go deep with it. Has his receiver. Stockton Albrecht.
Yes.
Pulls it in.
Boy, he threw that into double coverage, but what a great reception by Stockton Albrecht. Comes down with it, just out high points the ball and from the defender, and beautiful thrown ball, but man, what a catch.
Taking it all the way down to the 45 for our Jason Baum long bomb of the game. Jason Baum, your Bait Equity Home Loans sponsor.
Boy, and if you're Crimson, you're going, man, we were right there. We got to just make that play, but what an individual effort by Albrecht.
Spencer Bell takes the snap. Blitz coming. He's wrapped up, throws it away. Smart play at that point. Smart play. That's what I want to see from him is not letting that sack get to you. He would have been down about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That would have been a big loss.
It would have been, and you're exactly right, Kate. And the smart thing was he threw it high enough over the receiver's head that it couldn't have been intercepted too. So
yeah, he put a lot of arch on it and just let it sail. So
I'm impressed with Bell, though. He didn't go down. He was being drugged down from the backside. Had some good physical strength there to get out of it and get that ball away. A lot of people would have just gone down.
No, it was impressive. It was great. Great play. Bell ready to take the snap again. Drops back, looking to pass. That pressure starting to come, but he runs out of it. And incomplete. Defense almost got there.
Yeah, the receiver for Cedar, number 12, he slipped and fell. Bell was trying to get him the ball there, just try to slide it in.
Wasilowski falls, and Jace Sweeten nearly gets to it for Crimson.
Yeah, almost had a pick. You know, that's the thing we haven't seen, Caden, is a interception or a fumble. We've had a pretty clean game so far.
So far, so good. Does bring up 3rd and 10 here. Reds take the snap. Bell hands off to Crenshaw. Flag on the turf.
I think you might
2-yard gain.
Get an offsides on Crimson. That's what I'm thinking it is. They were bringing a couple extra guys, but maybe not.
He's pointing towards Cedar. I'm wondering if this is going against Cedar here.
Maybe it's a hold instead.
Had it been an offside, I think it would have come just a hair.
Oh.
Illegal formation.
Wow.
All right. Interesting.
They just had.
It didn't look too illegal to me, but
someone's going to have to explain that rule a little more in depth to me, because yes, you have a receiver on, you have a receiver off, you got to have so many guys. I get that, but man, that looked. I don't know. I just didn't see that one.
I guess I didn't either. Penalty was declined, though. It'll bring up 4th down. Crimson just says we want the ball. Tyler West back to receive for the Mustangs.
Well, if you're Cedar, that's it's still a good series.
The punt's away, falls down, off the bounce. West grabs it and gets taken down to the 19. They give him a little forward progression, put him at the 20. That's Again, they're being a little generous
Yeah, a little
tonight.
generous. Well, if you're Cedar, though, you've got it. You've kind of pinned them back. If you can get another 3 and out here, you set yourself up, your offense up to get in some pretty decent field position. It looks like they're moving back, Caden. It looks like there's a penalty.
There is a hold.
Yeah. That's going to move it back to the 10-yard line.
Brock Baker gets called for a hold.
Wow. So yeah, that's a great.
That's a break right there.
That's a big break for Cedar, and that's the right play to punt that ball away, because now you got him pinned inside the 10.
Man, Cedar's just playing some great ball right now. And obviously they weren't able to convert this last time around, but hey, you take what you can get. Special teams doing what they have to do to pin it inside the 20 originally. Hand off to Mason Topalian. He gains about 4.
Yeah, nice job. Just sealing the end there. They're only rushing 3, Cedar is, and so they double down the guard and the tackle on the right side, and Topalian just bounces it out there and picks up 5 tough yards.
Again, tied up at 14 here between the Mustangs and the Reds. 8:30 left to go in the third quarter. 2nd down and 5. Snap is away. Barbin looking to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. Gets the pass across the middle. In stride and taken down at about the 45. Owen Peterson with a big gain right up the middle. Here's your Holbrook Asphalt replay.
Boy, if Stockton Albrecht didn't lay out and get the shoestring of Peterson, he would have been gone. But Cedar brought the house. They came right up the middle and got a lot of pressure on Barbin that time, but Barbin laid it right in there.
Crimson's moving quick. A handoff play. It's going to be brought down right back at that original line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
if not, maybe even a yard short.
Yeah, number 73 that time for Cedar. Xander Weaver called his name a couple times tonight. Just a great job. Boy, I really impressed with Barbin staying in the pocket and laying that last ball out to Peterson on the dime. That was beautiful.
1st and 10, or excuse me, 2nd and about 11 is Barbin with pressure coming, rolls out of it, passes outside, has a guy. It's a 1st down and a little bit more. That's West. Tyler West out past the 40.
Oh,
a big block.
They're going to get a penalty. Yep.
Helmet to helmet right there from Boston Adamson.
The fans don't like it, but the rule is if it's a defenseless defender, you cannot lay him out, and that's what they don't realize. The defender doesn't even see him coming, so it's the right call.
It is the right call.
But what's some moves by West, though?
Yeah, some good moves by West, but Adamson, of course, coming over and yeah, you can't blindside. It's going to be a blindside call.
If Adamson just would have stood there with his arms up and let him run into him, it wouldn't have been a call. But he didn't.
Not at all.
He lowered the shoulder and went after him. You got to make the call. It's the right call. Now you're going to get the coaches getting a penalty too for Crimson. So it's might
going to be brought back quite a lot.
20 or 30 yards. Now. They got to be careful.
And in a close game, and let's be honest, right? I mean, we saw how well Crimson played against Cedar last time. We know that Crimson can turn on the Jets at some point, right? But this is proof of it. They had a great play. Don't let penalties be your demise.
Well, you just got to play smart. Just again, if Adamson, I don't mean to rag on him, but if he just would have stood there, would have done the same thing. But he had an open shot. So
just shadow him. Shadow him until he turns his head, and then the second he turns his head, you can make that block.
Yep, absolutely.
But that blindside block, that's going to, and that is an emphasis this season by the UHSAA officials.
Well, and it's not only in high school, but they're really cracking down at college as well as in the pros too. So
the crowd doesn't like it, but we've seen the replay. It was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So Cedar gets an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Wow.
Crimson gets a 1st down because now that's Cedar just shooting themselves in their own foot there a little bit on that unsportsmanlike call. Now, that's That's a tough break.
Boy, they're saying that's on Jake Ellis. I didn't see any of that.
Well, he started talking to the sideline a little bit afterwards.
Oh.
And one of his own players came over and was like, dude, you got to stop. So it looks like then, based off of where those penalties were, however they decided the math on all of this, they put it at the 38-yard line in Cedar territory. So the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs with a First Credit Union first down on a play that I thought was coming back.
Yeah, me too.
Snap is away. Barbin to pass. A lot of time as pressure finally starts to get to him. Tipped up and out of bounds.
Boy, just too much time. Barbin had at least, I'd say, 8 to 10 seconds there to survey the field, but a great coverage downfield by Cedar that time. Almost got a reception off the ricochet. You don't see that very often.
You almost got it. Could have been a Sports Center highlight had it been.
That was Adamson again. He's trying to get on TV, isn't he?
Something like that. Set up now for 2nd and 10 are the Mustangs. They take the snap. Handoff to Pallion. Big gain.
Boy, a nice job that time.
Does he get enough for a first? Not quite. They'll put him 2 or 3 yards back.
Yeah, Topalian just bounced off the left side. The left tackles closed down on the Cedar end and just had a huge hole. And Topalian, oh, he's actually a little shorter than I thought. I thought he got 9 yards, but he ended up getting 7 yards.
I thought, yeah, that's, again, we talked about generous calls and not so generous calls. This is a not so generous, I think.
It's the football gods. They're coming back to play against them now.
Something like that. Still Barbin. Back to take the snap. High snap, hands it off.
Oh, great tackle.
Taken down. Number 26, Jake Ellis.
Yeah, Jake Ellis just got the flag for a little unsportsmanlike. Redeemed himself there with that tackle. So that brings up, he lost a yard, so 4th and 4 now.
Sure enough, Barbin heads over to the sideline, gets the call, and heads back out to the field and says, let's give it a go. 4th down, guys. Let's see what we can do. So Crimson back out at it on a 4th and 3.
Big play, Caden, right here. This could be the one. They're trying to draw him off with the cadence.
Again, looking at the sideline and say, we still good? Is that what we want to do? You got to hurry before time runs out, too.
Yeah.
Call that timeout.
There's confusion.
Yep, calls that timeout. Big momentum right now for the Reds as they head into a fabulous timeout called by Crimson. We'll take a minute break here and be back with the action in just a bit on the Fan Sports Network.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend. Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Back in the action here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Mustangs on a 4th and 3. They're going to go for it. Coming out of this Fabulous Freddy's fabulous timeout. High snap, rushing it up the middle. He's got the first down. It's McCord Christiansen getting the extra yard on top of it. It'll move the chains.
Boy, Caden, they go off that left side and they do a nice job pinning the defensive end in, and McCord just picks up enough yardage to get that first down.
Rolling.
Gutsy call.
Rolling quick of the Mustangs. Barbin on the draw. Hands off. It's again Christiansen taking it across the side. Takes a solid hit and falls forward.
Boy, Bryson Bennett, he had him stopped in the backfield, but broke that tackle. He's hurt and he's limping out of there, trying to get somebody to come in for him.
Yeah, he's not. He drops back down, and it looks like it might be a tight muscle or something. He's trying to stretch it out, but
he was grabbing his looks like his left knee or something. Boy, that's a big loss if they lose him. He's their center, and
yeah, he's out on the
tackler.
field all the time. You need him out there.
Well, he's a great example of a coach's kid right there. Just plays his guts out every game and gives his heart and soul. And, you know, you hate to see anybody get any injury, but maybe it's just a cramp or something he's got there, hopefully.
Yeah, that's definitely what we'd hope for at the best. And he's back up and
no damage done. That's good.
Nope, and he's heading back off the field. The way he was running towards the sideline made it look like,
yeah,
he was, like,
he was hurt.
Get me stretched out. Get me stretched out, guys. I got to get back out there.
Probably just a nice cramp that working him over. And if you ever had one of those, they can really hurt.
Those are tough. So injury timeout there taken, and the guys will head back out onto the field here. Again, Mustangs with the ball, trying to get further into the territory. They've crossed that threshold of the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Ball spotted at the 17. 1st and 10. Snap is away. Barbin back to pass. Looking. Goes up the middle with it. Wrapped up. Taken down back at that original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job. We don't have a number 47 on our roster, but we'll. Matt Rowe.
Matt Rowe.
Okay, Matt Rowe, 47, brings him down for no gain. Almost got. Thanks for the help from the Cedar coaching staff there.
Yeah, we luck out sitting next to the Cedar coaches. They were able to give us some important information there.
I'm going to write his name down. I have a feeling we're going to hear from him again.
Christiansen takes a snap, slips one tackle, and finally is brought down. Gets a decent gain off of it, too, of about 5 or more yards.
Yeah, he's going to give him 6. And, boy, they had him stop back at the 20. Unfortunately, number 26, Jake Ellis, just couldn't quite bring him down. Christiansen running real hard tonight.
Yeah, Mustangs trying to get that lead again.
This is interesting position. They're well within field goal range. If they get a stop here, do you think they kick the field goal or do they go for it?
At a certain point, you just want to get a lead. I'd say if it's a 4th down stop at this point, you might just want to get on the board and get the lead. Pass out to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown.
Boy,
that's number 11, Boston Adamson. Again, Boston Adamson getting on the board with a Findlay Hyundai touchdown.
Yeah, it was great coverage, too, by Cedar, the defensive back, number 15. He was right there. Tell Hershey. And Adamson just used those big hands to get right in front of Hershey at the last minute and pull it in for the score. Boy, what a throw by Barbin, too.
And we got ourselves another injured player out there for Cedar. And I don't have a number on that one right now, but yeah, another injured Cedar player out there on the turf.
Boy, you see the arm strength by Barbin throwing that deep 15-yard out.
It's Bennett again. Once you get those cramps, it's hard for them to go away. It's hard. I mean, you can get one big cramp that'll just continue to last and last, and you know, it doesn't matter how much water you're pumping on that sideline. It takes a little while to take effect, you know.
Yeah, he's going to have major fluids, that's for sure. Because he's out there just exuding all energy he's got
on both sides of the ball, and that's the thing is right now you're going to want him to block for you as your center, right? So you can't have him going down with cramps as he's trying to block the big guys.
Oh, they blocked it. What a play. They just blew up the Crimson line. I don't know how they got through so easy, but man.
They got through there like butter. That was like smooth.
3 or 4 people were in there.
Wow.
It's almost like Crimson went to sleep or something, but that could be a huge turning point in this game.
It really could. Talk about a Bose Auto Parts crucial part of the game as Cedar gets the block. Now Cedar can go down, score, and get their own extra point. I mean, scoring ties it right now, right? Get that touchdown, you tie the game. Potentially getting over there and getting an extra point on the board. That'd be big.
I just looked at the replay, and it looked like they were able to get penetration not only on the right side of the center, but 2 other guys on the left side. I mean, they got really good penetration that time, and all I can say is I think Crimson just kind of went to sleep.
Yeah, that was crazy. So 20-14 is our current score with 4:20 left to go here in the third. Mustangs lead this one as they're getting ready to kick this one away here shortly for our Udy and Associates kickoff. But that definitely is a big stop for the
well, points are so critical
for the Reds.
Caden.
Yeah.
Sometimes these games come down to 1 or 2 points, and you just hate to give those away.
Kick is away, and it falls in at the 1-yard line to Trayton Elliott. Elliott across the 10, 15, at the 20. Gives a good push forward past the 25, and taken down finally around the 27 or 28-yard line.
I'm impressed. Elliott's really done a nice job in the return game tonight. I'll bet he's got close to 110 yards in return yards. With that big opening kickoff he had, and then the last few ones, he's getting 25, 30 yards a shot.
Yeah, he's done really well so far. He's at 91 yards on 3 returns. I don't know if that includes the last one. But that is some pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
Some pretty good numbers.
30 yards a pop.
Bell to take the snap. Hands it off to Devin Crenshaw.
Wow.
Spins out of it, pushes forward. Big pickup there of about 5 yards by Devin Crenshaw.
Devin Crenshaw said, number 37, Jordan Phillips. My name's Devin, and he ran right over him. What a run. That's the Devin Crenshaw I want to see right there. He's running hard. Get him involved in the offense like that. It'll only be good things for Cedar if he can get those kind of chunk yards.
By the way, with that last return in there, that's 118 yards on 4 returns.
Wow.
Averaging 29 a return.
Yeah, he's had a great night.
That's impressive.
Looks like the referee's coming over here talking to the Crimson sideline. I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is either.
I don't know. Well, yeah, they're just kind of exchanging pleasantries down there or something. I don't know.
Maybe the coaches are going to Applebee's with them as well after the game, like you had mentioned, huh?
Let's not start that now, kid. Our friends up in Cedar will be like, I knew those refs were crooked.
No, it looks like there is some sort of a call out there on the field, but
maybe it's more of a clock issue.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 3:35 left here in the third.
All right, Spencer Bell back to take the snap. Snaps away. Handoff taken down immediately. Big play by Rowan Williams. We've said his name a lot. He's been our big defensive workhorse.
Boy, he just blitzes right up past the guard. They send 2 blitzers right at the guard, and the guard has to choose which one he's going to take. Unfortunately, he takes the outside guy, so Rowan gets an inside look. Doesn't have to slow down at all and brings him down for a huge loss.
Rowan Williams, we've said his name a lot here on the broadcast tonight, as he's had multiple stops, multiple tackles for loss. He's been huge in our he's looking for that Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game.
He sure is. And you're not going to outrun him. He's quick.
No, he's quick,
and
he's got back there multiple times. Defensive line putting on some shifts there. Bell looking to pass, going deep. Overthrown.
I think you're going to get a PI. You should get one.
They're not going to throw it.
Wow.
He got tripped up. You're right about that. Let's check out this replay.
I mean, it was good coverage. They had 2 guys there, but they ran into him. That's got to be. They tripped, knock him down.
Yeah.
A little surprised they didn't call that.
Stockton Albrecht was the intended receiver there for the Reds.
Woo. It's getting a little dicey out there.
A little bit. 2:31 left to go here in the third. Mustangs lead 20-14. And they do send out Hernandez Hinojosa to punt it away on a 4th and 9, which is smart being that far back in the territory. So good defensive possession there by the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. And it's going to roll all the way down to the 35.
Yeah, that's a good job by the special teams, by the Cedar Reds. And well, maybe this is where we see Crimson flex a little muscle and try to get some separation here. But, you know, what a great game we've had so far. This Cedar Red team has come to play tonight. They're well coached, well disciplined. They've got a great game plan in place.
I love what the Reds have done so far. Yes, they're trailing, but hey, it's a 1-score game. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
From an 8th seed going up against the 1 seed. Bad snap. Picked up by Barbin, able to throw it away. and he throws it out of bounds. And that's something that we didn't see in the last time the ball hit the turf like that. He took it and tried to run with it, and he ended up getting tackled down for a loss.
Yeah.
This time he picks it up and throws it away.
He learned from it. But again, we've seen that ball on the ground way too much. You're in your 10th game or 11th game of the season.
Yeah.
That's fundamental football. You'd think but maybe the nose guard, 59, let's give him a little shout out. Yeah, that's Trent Durbin. Big 59. Maybe he's wreaking havoc in there. I like that. Yeah, we got the Cedar Red offensive coordinator. That's his son. We got to give him a shout out.
Pass across the middle. Boston Adamson takes it for a big gain, enough for a first down, 13 yards.
Boy, that's just a little too easy, too much time back there for Barvin to pick that one off. That was just a nice little in route, and Adamson having a big night for Crimson.
Moving quick are the Mustangs. Handoff to Mason Topalian, takes it across the right side, cuts in for a good gain, 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, that was a nice run that time. It almost looked like, though, Crimson got away with a hold, but it looks like it's coming back. So I thought they might have held number 73 for Cedar because he's upset with himself. That's Xander Weaver. But, yeah, it looks like they're going to get a hold, and it's going to go back. So,
yeah. Well, quick score update, our Nets on Fire local score update. Is Desert Hills currently leading over Skyview by a couple of touchdowns. So with less than 2 minutes to play in that one, it looks like Desert Hills could wrap that one up here.
So Desert Hills will play Mountain Crest?
Desert Hills will move on and play Mountain Crest. Winner of this game will play against Ridgeline, and right now it's anybody's game. Mustangs up 20 to Cedar's 14. But Reds are playing some great football out there right now as well. They're giving it their all tonight.
They really are. Yeah, Ridgeline, the defending 4A champs. That's going to be a great game next week.
Snaps away, Barvin to pass. He's going to go out deep with it. Tyler West got him in stride at the 10, in for a Crimson Cliffs touchdown.
Boy, Caden, just too much time for Barvin to sit back there, and West so much speed. Gets over the top of the defense, and Barvin just unloads it. Beautifully thrown ball. West over the shoulder, now runs him to the pylon. What
about a 52-yard touchdown pass to Tyler West. Not only is it a Findlay Hyundai touchdown, that is another Jason Baum, long bomb of the game. Go to BAUMLOANS, BaumLoans.com. Talk to Jason Baum over at Banquety Home Loans. Extra point is up, and it is good. No good. It went off to the right side.
Wow, that's 2 now, Caden. It may not come back to haunt them this week, but if they continue to have,
it could be a big deal later.
Sure that up.
Well, after a 2-score lead now for the Mustangs, 26-14, pushes it a little further ahead, gets that padding now. We'll see what this Cedar Reds offense can do to maybe bounce back from this.
Well, it's going to be a little bit challenging. That Crimson defense, we know it's pretty tough. It's been tough all year long. That's what they've kind of hung their hat on. They got to figure out how to slow down big 97 Rowan Williams. He's just been wreaking havoc over there on the defensive side.
He's been tough for the defense.
I think Cedar's done a nice job handling Caden Hawes and their big boys up front, Parker Andrus, and I thought they've done a nice job handling them. It's unfortunate that they can't get 97 taken care of because he's kind of blowing it up.
On our UD Associates kickoff, falls in right at the goal line. They'll give him a touchback. He's just a step in. Devin Crenshaw picking that one up. So it'll bring it out now to the 20. That's our first touchback we've seen tonight, which is strange.
Yeah, normally we see most of them go into the end zone, don't we?
Yeah, you'd think, right?
Okay, and we got 1:18 left here in the third. We've had some fireworks here in the third. See if Cedar can answer here with a quick score of their own.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great third quarter. Again, 26-14 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Yeah, right now looking for our Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game, and Williams might be one of those that gets some consideration in that one for Crimson.
When you say Williams, are you thinking Adamson or?
Oh, no, I'm talking about Rowan Williams on the defensive side.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He's been playing great. And then for Cedar, Traden Elliott's been putting in a lot of work. We've said his name quite a lot. And I like what Spencer Bell's doing in there at quarterback right now for the Reds. He's been producing pretty well. He's had a lot of completions, and it's always tough to be the guy that comes in off the bench, right?
Sure. Yeah, especially when you go through warm-ups knowing you probably won't play a whole lot. But that's the role of the backup. You got to be ready, and he's done a nice job. You know, they haven't let down.
So it's 2nd down and 10. Snap is away. Bell, pressure coming, slips out of it. Pass across the middle. He's got him.
The big fella.
He's got him.
Matt Rowe, 47, the big tight end. Boy, what a great job.
Yeah, that's a big play.
Bell steps up, eludes the rush, buys a little more time, and Rowe finds an opening, and he hits him right in stride. And boy, they had him pinned for a stack, and great job.
Moving those chains is a U First Credit Union first down here for the Cedar Reds, down to the 42-yard line.
Well, the other nice thing about that play, Caden, is the way Bell squared his shoulders to make that throw. If he doesn't, that ball usually goes errant and it gets picked off. So,
well, 3 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. They let that clock hit 0. That brings up the end of the 3rd as we head into the 4th quarter. We will take a break here from Crimson Cliffs High School. The Mustangs on top 26-14 over the Reds here on the Fan Sports Network.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Mustangs on top 26-14 over the Cedar Reds, but the Reds in possession of it after moving the chains. It's at U First Credit Union first down. Bell gives the handoff away and tripped up for a little bit of a loss. That was Crew Giles on the run.
That was more than a little bit, and that's about a 5-yard loss. Unfortunately, he got caught by the turf line.
Second down now and 14 or so.
Well, I like what Cedar's trying to do. They try to run that, wide receiver stretch play. They got to do that to keep that Crimson defense, honest.
Yeah.
If not, they're just peeling their ears back and coming after them.
So Spencer Bell coming off the bench. Takes a snap, passes it outside in the flat. Pushes forward. Good gain there by Connor Hardman, trying to get back to that original line of scrimmage on this now 3rd and 10 play.
Boy, that was a great play by Charles Morby. He's the cornerback out there. It was a wide receiver screen, and he blew up the blocker in front of the screen and made the tackle. So a great job defensively by him. That's going to bring up 3rd and really long here, 10 yards. And I don't know if it's quite desperation time where you think you got to go for it on 4th down, but if they get fairly close, they probably would. But
yeah, it's tough at midfield, right? If it was 10 yards back, you probably say no. If it's 10 yards forward, you probably say yes. Right now, it's a tough position to be in. Snap is away. Bell looking to pass. Passes across the middle, broken up.
That was good coverage that time by number 37 for Crimson.
Jordan Phillips there on the coverage.
Yeah, we haven't said much about Jordan Phillips. He's a junior. He's the outside linebacker for Crimson, but just good coverage that time, knocked it away. So 4th and 10, I think Cedar's probably going to have to punt it away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
just too much of a risk to try to go for it on your own 42.
Yep. Tyler West again back out there to receive. Punt is away.
It's a good one.
Is going to falls dead around the 20, but gets a little bit of a generous roll down to the
It's like
16.
A nice little 9-iron shot there. He hit it in there and it rolled back and then it rolled forward, you know, trickled down towards the hole. That's a nice punt. So good job by the Cedar special team.
Anytime you get it inside the 20 is great, and got it in right around that, again, that 15-yard line, 16-yard line is where it ends up.
Yeah, you can't ask for much better than that, especially, you know, in high school, you just take the guy that can actually kick it, right, and get it down there. And well, nowadays guys are a little more specialized, depending on your, you know, how big a school you're at and whatnot. But
for sure. Well, Spencer Bell, like we mentioned, coming off the bench, he might be one of our contenders for Jersey Mike's subs of the game there.
Yeah.
Pass out from Crimson. That one heading over to Owen Peterson. Picks up about 7 or it's almost 8 on that one.
Yeah, they just do a quick hitter and get the, you know, again, wide receiver screen, and he does a nice job getting upfield.
This time to Childs. Childs on the screen play. Gets out, crossed the line to gain to nearly the 30. We'll see if they spot him there, but it is enough to move the chains for U-First Credit Union. First down.
Yeah, it's, again, same play. This time they just put another blocker out in front for Crimson does to try to get a bigger push, but the Cedar defense rallied over there pretty quickly. So, but they did get the first down, like you said, and that clock keeps moving.
Again, 26-14 on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard. Snap is away. Barbin across the middle to Childs. Childs taken down quickly by Damian McGarvey.
Yeah, I think we're going to have an illegal lineman downfield. They faked the dive and they got too anxious to get downfield, blocking big 74 for Crimson. Just too fleet of foot over there, big fella. That's Traxon Jessup.
Yep, that sure enough pushes it back. They'll replay the down, but for this time from 5 yards back.
I think Traxon's going, I can't move that fast anyways. At my size. He's a big boy.
Yeah. It's ball spotted now at the 25. First and 15 here for the Mustangs.
Oh, they're going to move it back to the 24.
Which is right. It was a it being a 5-yard penalty. That's where it should have been. 24. Snap is away. Barbin hands it off on a draw play to Palian.
Not much there. Great job.
Gained 2 maybe.
Yeah, number 24 come up for Cedar. That is Jaden Orr. Filled that hole really nice on the draw play and brought him right down.
Brings up second down and 13. 8:35 on the clock as it ticks down here in the fourth quarter. Again, 26-14 on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard.
Cedar needs a big play to happen right here for him.
Pass across the middle. Got him in stride down to the 45-yard line. It's Peterson again.
Well, that's just a nice job by Peterson reading the coverage. They're in a zone coverage, and he just finds the hole in between the linebacker and the safeties. And Barbin hits him on a strike, and easy throw and catch.
Snaps away on first down. It's a handoff to Topalian. Topalian trying to move it forward. Gets a big gain and continues to fall forward 11 yards. When it looked like he was going to get taken down for a loss of about 4, he ends up gaining 11.
Okay, now I don't know how he got out of there. They had him stopped 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but Topalian running hard, spun out of that one, got out of another one, and next thing you know, he's 10 yards downfield.
The Holbrook asphalt replay, you can see on that draw play that the Mustangs have been using quite a lot right now. He gets hit back at the 40.
Well, he broke 4 tackles.
Yeah.
And then he dragged 4 more players.
3 guys with him or so. Yeah, all the way down to the 44-yard line. There's an injured player out there on the field. Looks like it's number 1, Parker Kusifer, I believe. No, excuse me, that's number 8. Excuse me, it's Dante McGarvey.
Yeah, McGarvey's been down once before tonight. Hopefully he's all right. Looking at a lower leg issue or something.
He gets up under his own power, and he looks like he's like, hey, can I head back out there? And like, nah, you got to go to the sideline for a second.
Take a play off.
So he took his helmet off, and play will resume without him out there. But the trainers want to get a better look at him again. So with that, the Mustangs rolling downfield. The clock starts ticking again. 7:50 here in the 4th left to play. 26-14 Mustangs lead as they have now made their way now into red territory.
Well, and the other thing is that clock just keeps bleeding.
Yeah. Again, that little touch pass this time to Tyler West. He's going to get taken down for a gain of only a yard.
Again, how is that a forward pass, Caden?
That touch pass.
I know I've got to get off my soapbox, but man, I mean, you see it in college, you see it in the pros, and it goes, you know, against their stats.
And I mean, you got to call it something, and the ball is moving forward, and it has airtime. I guess is that, you know?
Oh man, you're gonna pull that card on me?
I'm justifying it. You asked why, I'm telling you why.
All right.
Pass across the middle. Oh, just past the outstretched hands of Peterson. Peterson on the crossing route in the middle.
Boy, he had him open too. Barbin just needed to give him a little bit more air under that ball so he could get there, but just missed him.
Jessup losing his helmet. He'll head off to the sideline for a play. Says, while I'm here, let me take a drink of water.
Yeah. Rest up. You can go back in next play. I don't know how his helmet went flying, but it was going.
Mustangs coming out of the huddle, getting ready to go here on a 3rd down in about 9. Barbin to pass. Pressure's getting to him.
Oh, they had him.
Bullet across the middle. Childs. Is it enough for first?
Ball's
2
on
yards.
the ground, Caden. Ball's on the. Oh.
They're saying that he had it.
And now Childs has got a knee.
Childs is saying, oh, I am.
Knee.
Yeah, he is not looking good out there. Childs took a hit. Let's watch this Holbrook Asphalt replay and see what happened on this play as Barbin evades the pressure, but Childs gets there and
that's a fumble, Caden. I don't know.
It should have been. It should have been, but
I don't know what that referee's looking at there on the replay, but my goodness, that was he dropped the ball because he twisted his knee, and I'm pretty sure that's why he dropped the ball.
Well, that knee, you kind of saw it, and I couldn't tell if it was quite a hyperextended, but it definitely was a bit of a buckle. It looked like his cleat kind of caught on the turf as he was going down, and it popped free, and that pop free kind of seemed to be the thing that put him down.
You know, I was reading an article today. They were interviewing Cooper Kupp, and he asked him about, you know, artificial grass or real grass, and he goes, every field should be grass. And, you know, it's easier with these artificial ones. You know, you can do a lot of events and things on it, and they last.
Yeah, it's less maintenance in the long run. You know, you don't have to go out there and paint your lines every week.
But the injuries is what is the thing with you know, it's not as giving as grass is.
Well, and that's the thing you get is you do get a lot of. He is not putting pressure on that leg.
No, he does not look good.
So Childs will come out and he will be out for the remainder of this one, and that's a big loss if you're Crimson.
Especially if you're moving on to the next round.
Yeah, right now in the playoffs, that's the last thing you want is one of your top receivers to head out. So he's going to come out of this one. Like I say, for Crimson, that's huge. As of right now, Luke Childs has had 4 receptions for 51 yards.
Well, we've seen Childs have big games. I mean, where he has 100 yards
over 100.
receiving. Yeah. That could be a big play. And again, I'm a little surprised they called that play dead because that was a fumble.
Well, we play on. Handoff to Topalian. He's taking it across all the way to that side. Past the 20. Spins around at the 15 and taken down. Dropped down in spotted it at the 14-yard line inside the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Topalian all the way across the left side.
Cedar had a guy there, number 62, to make the stop, and Topalian got away from Jason Ziegler and was able to bounce it outside, and then he did a little spin move, got a few more yards out of it. So great hard run by Topalian.
So it's a U First Credit Union first down at the 14-yard line. 26-14 is the score. Mustangs leading this one, trying to extend that lead here. Snap is away. Barbin with pressure coming.
They got him.
They got back there. It's number 5 and number 26 for Cedar, Tyler Ogden and Jake Ellis.
Boy, that's great pressure. They brought the two linebackers, one from the outside and one up the middle, and they got pressure on them that time, and they covered up the wide receiver screen there. So great defensive play by Cedar.
It's a ball now down all the way at the 25-yard line. It's a first down and about 11 to go, or excuse me, second down and 11 to go here for the Mustangs.
You got to give that red defense a lot of credit. They're not laying down and dying.
Absolutely, this red defense. This is what we saw against Logan last week, right?
Yeah, it really was.
Topalian takes the pass, goes out of bounds with it at around the 19, 18-yard line. Brings up third and long.
Yeah, it'll bring up third and about 14. So good job getting a few yards back, but it's going to get harder to, as you get down closer to the end zone, the field shrinks, and so they're going to have to be creative here on their pass plays. Cedar can get some pressure on them. Might get a big sack, get them out of field goal range.
.454 left on the clock here in this matchup. 26-14 Mustang. Snap is away. Barbin to pass across the middle. Is it in there to Peterson? Do they give it to him? Looks like they do. He's right at that line to gain, and that will put them in for a first and goal situation.
Boy, that ball was placed perfectly, and where Peterson and only Peterson could get to it was low and to the inside. And you see that's great coverage by the Cedar Red defender. That's number 3.
That's Stockton Albrecht.
Yeah, Albrecht was right there for the stop, but the ball was just so well placed that not much he could really do.
The clock runs at 4:24. First down.
Oh, you got a false start.
Yep, a couple flags.
55. I don't even have 55 on my roster.
Which roster are we looking at?
Crimson's.
Robert Uzelik.
Oh, you got
sophomore.
Him. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Big Robert getting a little too anxious.
Yeah, that pushes it back. So it'll be a first and goal again, this time from the 8-yard line. It's Crimson trying to punch this one in. Snaps away, Barbin to pass. And again, another flag. Man, right when things get going, they put on the brakes.
Yeah. The thing that I don't understand, Caden, is that's 2 dead ball fouls, but yet they've ran off a minute and a half on the clock. Because watch, they'll wind the clock. Crimson will get another 30 seconds to bleed out. I mean, I don't understand why they're winding that clock. They should just keep it the same. I mean, because they could just keep doing it, and next thing you know, the game will be over.
Yeah, it's true. They just get false starts all the way down the field.
Yeah.
Till the game's over, huh?
See, he winds the clock now. They could wait as long as they wanted to, but they don't.
Yep, snaps away. Barbin to pass to the corner. Is it Boston Adamson again? And it is his 3rd touchdown tonight. Boston Adamson. He's putting on a show out there for these fans.
He sure is. I was looking, there's a little bit of a push off with that right hand, but the umpire didn't see it. really started playing really well. The last 4 weeks, they've averaged over 30 points a game offensively, so you're starting to see their offense click. Desert Hills, they had a little hiccup during the season, but they've really started playing well too. I think it's going to be a great game. And then Ridgeline, and if this one holds out the way we think it is, you know, you got the defending state champs playing the #1 ranked team in the state and in the, you know, your 4A, so that'll be a great matchup. 2 great matchups.
Big kick. It'll be brought back out for a touchback out to the 20-yard line.
Fans enjoying a kick into the end zone tonight. Haven't had those.
So again, 33-14, Mustangs extend this lead a little bit more in a game that felt like it could be kind of anybody's. You know, we talk about our Bose Auto Parts crucial part of the game. At halftime, it was tied up at 14. I feel like the crucial part of this game was really just coming out of halftime. And tale of 2 halves here for sure, as the Mustangs have extended this one and put an extra 19 points on the board. Spencer Bell looking to pass, gets it away, and it is incomplete, intended for Connor Hardman.
Boy, Bell just got that away. Did take a big hit that time, but that was intended for Stockton Albrecht. That almost was picked off. That was a dangerous play as they rolled him out to the right. But Bell just trying to do everything and anything he can to get the ball moving for this Cedar offense.
Second down and 10. Bell takes the snap, dropping back to pass, and hands it off to Crenshaw on a draw. Crenshaw with nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was well read that time by the middle linebackers for Crimson. They sniffed that one out early, and Cedar just not getting much of a push offensively up front like they were earlier in the game. So it's tough sledding right there. Looks like Crimson's too moved some of their reserve guys in, give them a little extra play time. Get seeing some different numbers that we haven't gotten used to.
Yeah, some different names out there. We see Casey Cuff out there on the defensive line. We're seeing we've got number 43 Mason Schumann out there.
Yeah, Tioka Schluter is out there, number 92.
Bell looking to pass. A little pressure is getting to him. It's up for grabs.
Oh, what a, oh, I thought he caught it.
Wow.
How is that not a catch by Elliott?
That is insane. We're going to have to check out that replay, but that was number 40, Creed Bishop.
He was on the ground and they ripped it out of his hand. That's almost got to be a completion, I would think, Caden, but
you'd think.
The ball's up, he's got it, he's on the ground, and then they rip it away.
Unless they're saying he didn't have full possession. Again, that's Trayden Elliott was the intended receiver, but unless they're saying he didn't have full possession of it.
Well, Elliott goes over to the ref and says, what more can I do?
What do you, yeah.
I was on the ground with the ball, and you allowed him to take it out.
Oh, I fully understand what you're getting at, too.
Wow. Now there is going to be a conspiracy theory up there in Cedar. They're going to say, hey, they are going to Applebee's for dinner. You know?
Yeah.
And they want this game over.
That's definitely a break for Crimson again. I mean, not that they need one at this point, but it's a Fabulous Freddy's Fabulous timeout. And we'll just keep things right here for a little bit and thank some of our sponsors for tonight's game as we getting close to wrapping this one up. Appliance Wholesalers Plus, we're looking for our Playmaker play of the game, and there's definitely been a few. One that we need to talk about right now is Bear Paw. Our paw of the game, or our turnover of the game, voted best breakfast and best of Southern Utah. We just barely had our first interception of the game. Bear Paw's farm-to-table menu satisfies the appetite of the hungriest bears in your tribe. Visit them on Main Street and try one of their famous waffle breakfasts only at Bear Paw.
Well, it's a tough night for the Cedar Reds, but man, I'll tell you, the second half's been a challenge, but the effort has been outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know what? In this, what looks to be Cedar's last game of the season, there's a handoff up the middle for a short gain there by Bronson Plum. Cedar's definitely given their all in this game, especially through the first half. It was tied up at 14 apiece, and tale of two halves. You know, when you're Cedar, you have a lot of guys that are playing on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
That's tough, and you get tired real quick. Crimson doesn't have that problem. They have some depth here.
They do.
And so you see the tale of two halves in these two types of teams, right? One that can get a little stretched thin because they get tired quicker. They're out there 100% of the time as opposed to 50 is slide down on the field. That's Darius Strickland that is now in a quarterback.
Yeah, but that's coming back. Number 66 for Crimson saying, I didn't hold anybody, but he had a hold of him.
Conley Ulrich.
Yeah, Conley, we just get back in the huddle, big fella. Trust me. I'm looking at
no need to complain.
No, we all saw it. You had a little bit of the jersey. You turned him sideways. I mean, you had a hold of him. Pretty good.
Brought it back out to the 42-yard line.
He's still shaking his head in the huddle. I'm like, dude.
Hopefully the shake of the head is more him being upset at himself for doing it and less being upset at the official.
I think he's going to Applebee's to check out that umpire.
You're going to go head him off over there, right?
Yeah.
Snaps away, and it's a handoff. Pushing it forward for a short gain again is Bronson Plum, the junior for the Mustangs.
Bronson Plum? You think he's related to Plum Dental?
Maybe.
He's my dentist.
Really?
Yeah.
No, how about that?
We'll call him Dental Boy.
Okay.
It's a long night, isn't it?
You've been calling too many games, man. This is your second game of the day. You've been doing it for a little while now.
Yeah, I've been going since 3 o'clock, so people at home are going, get that drunk guy off of the air.
Well, I hope you're not drunk.
No,
That'd be horrible. I know you. There's no way. Well, another penalty on 66 there.
Yeah.
He did it again. That one was, again, Conley Ulrich who picks up a second penalty, and it's going way back.
Yeah, Conley, I'm not trying to pick on you, big fella. He was questioning the hold, so he went out and tripped.
Right, yeah. Getting this game winding down 33-14. Mustangs with the lead. Taking it himself, Darius. Push it forward past the 40. Darius Strickland.
And the ball's on the ground.
Was he down before the ball was on the ground?
Yeah, I think they're going to say his momentum would stop, but
he got all the way down to 39.
Yeah, he did. He got a lot of the yardage back. What, 3rd and about 12 now?
With under a minute to play and it's a ticking clock, that's what you want to see. You don't want to, I mean, at this point, game's over. Game's wrapped up.
Yeah.
Let's just let that clock hit 0. At this point, realistically, you could just take a knee, but.
Well, I know the score doesn't indicate it, but the Cedar Reds really played hard tonight.
They really did.
Really impressed with how they were coached up and ready to play.
There's Plum again on the handoff. And that should bring up the end of the game. So Crimson Cliffs Mustangs will win this one 33-14.
Well,
and they will move on to face Ridgeline.
They will. They'll face the defending 4A champs and Ridgeline up at Southern Utah next Saturday. I think they got the early game at 4,
They got the 4
right?
o'clock game, yep.
So you Crimson fans, get your cars ready, gassed up, stop over at Rally Stop, get you what you need fuel-wise, and then get on up to Cedar and support your local team here. They got a great shot, but they got the 4A state champs coming to town.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the state semis.
Well, let's take a minute break. We'll be back with our post-game show coming up here on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Crimson Cliffs gets the win 33-14 over the Cedar Reds in the second round here of the playoffs. Caden Fortmaster, Keith Curtis, as we hop into the post-game show here from Crimson Cliffs High School. We mentioned this before. Crimson Cliffs will move on to face Ridgeline. Desert Hills moves on to face Mountain Crest.
Yeah.
So we have two teams from either side of the state ready to go in this one. As we will be with you at SUU next week on Saturday for these playoff matchups. Now, let's talk a little bit. Let's hand out some awards. We talked about how Cedar played really well. I'm giving one award away immediately, and that's to Spencer Bell as our Jersey Mike's sub of the game. He was able to come in at quarterback, take over for Coden Lunt, and it's always hard to take over as the backup quarterback, and he came in and he did really quite a good job at it. Tough matchup tonight for the Reds, but they were able to stick with it through the first half. Second half kind of got away from them. The defense did what they could, but at the end of the day, Cedar still ended up falling here to the Mustangs. But like I said,
well, the impressive part about Bell is he came in that second quarter. He drove him down the field right before halftime, got that score, and really gave life to this Cedar team. And you know, he really was prepared and ready to go, even though he was the backup. That was the impressive part, I thought.
Yeah, he was. He threw for 50%. He was 6 of 12 for 86 yards. But that might not sound too impressive. But at the same time, he's the backup. He's coming in off the sideline, not getting a ton of playing time this season. He's had a little bit here and there, but I'm happy to see him get in and make some plays tonight. And at the end of the day, you know what? He gave his hardest there for the Reds in this matchup.
At halftime, he was, I think, 3 for 3 or 4 for 4. So and in the second half, he got put in spots where he had to throw, and so they were pinning their ears back and coming after him. So I thought for the most part he did a really admirable job stepping in for the injured Lunt. That's for sure.
Yeah. Let's talk about our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. We had that big long shot downfield to Boston Adamson, I believe is who it was, right? Does that sound correct?
That first touchdown? Is that what you're talking
about? I think it was his second. I don't know. He had 3. Pick your poison. But yeah, it was a big one, and I can't remember which one it was. Or no, it was the one to Tyler West is what I'm thinking of. I think it was Tyler West that had a big scoring drive all the way down the field. So I'm trying to look it up, see if I can remember exactly which one it was.
Well, there's a couple plays. There's the one you're thinking of, and then his first one too was 4th, and I think it was about 25. And he gets one leg down in the back of the end zone right before the end line, and that was a huge play for Crimson just to stay in the game at that time because Cedar was leading. They had the momentum.
Yeah, it was the pass to Tyler West for 63 yards. That's the one I was thinking of. That was a huge shot downfield.
Yeah.
And that's the one that pulled them away within 2. It was the 2-score lead where they got up 26-14.
Yeah.
So that to me was one of the biggest plays of the game, not only because of the size of it, a 63-yard pass, that's huge, but because it put them up by those 2 scores.
Well, and it's kind of the
in some ways put it away.
Right?
Yeah.
It kind of was like, okay, that was kind of the nail in the coffin for Cedar because Cedar just played so hard, gave everything they had, and then when that big play happened, it's kind of demoralized them.
Absolutely. Yeah, that definitely, for sure. So let's talk about our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game. And this in tune goes with my nominee for the Hearst Ace Hardware player of the game is honestly, count them up. I don't know if you want to do that, but the amount of times that Rowan Williams got back there and was sacking the quarterback, he was just all over it on the defensive side. you pick which one you want to pick. But he got back there quite a lot, and in fact, I mean, probably dropped the Reds for over 20+ yards. Amongst all of the all of the sacks that he had tonight.
And the unique thing about their defense, Caden, is they allow him to get a running start when they blitz him.
Right. Well, because he's almost stepping back into that linebacker position, right?
Yeah. And he bounces back and he has such speed and athleticism that you can't run away from him because he'll run you down. And if you run at him, he'll just blow you up.
Yeah.
He's a tough kid, and they list him at 5'11", 190, but like we said on the tailgate, he's got good size, and you can tell he's been in the weight room because he does not look 190.
Well, from what I'm seeing, he led the team in tackles with 7, 6 solo, 2 assists, and he had 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, I guess is what they are officially putting it at. So whichever one you want to say, he got back there and he did what he was supposed to do. Again, 7 tackles tonight. That's huge. So to me, I put him. And maybe we'll do, I don't know, he's more my defensive. We'll give him the Morgan Pest Control almost defensive player of the game.
Okay.
First Ace Hardware player of the game. Boston Adamson had 3 touchdowns. You can't look past that.
No, you can't. And, yeah, you probably would give it to him. But, man, if you gave a Cedar player of the game, you got to go with
Traden Elliott.
Traden Elliott.
Yeah, Traden Elliott had a great game as well.
He played his little heart out, and just it started with the opening kickoff, and he was all over the place, and they needed him to be, and they utilized him well. But what it really came down to, I think, is Crimson's size and depth ended up just wearing Cedar down, and unfortunately they just don't have the same numbers. And but they gave a valiant effort, but the better team won, unfortunately.
You're right, you're right about that, indeed. Well, with that, I mean that's kind of it for this one, right? Crimson moves on. That's really what this comes down to. Crimson's going to move on. The big storyline here is Dixie and Snow Canyon do not.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that for a second. Both of them lose. Dixie losing at home to Mountain Crest, and Snow Canyon going on the road to Ridgeline and losing a tough one to the Ridgeline Riverhawks. So Ridgeline moves on to face against Crimson, and Desert Hills will face off against Mountain Crest at SUU next week.
Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you. I did not think Snow Canyon was going to win today. That was just my own personal opinion.
That's fair, and I understand that because they already lost to Ridgeline once. Now it's at home.
Yeah, and that, in my mind, Snow Canyon wanted the revenge factor, but Ridgeline already knew how to beat them.
Sure.
And so defensively and schematically, they already had a game plan in place, and Snow Canyon didn't know how to beat it, and they're the defending champs, and so it's going to be hard up at their place to beat them. The shocker was the Dixie Snow Mountain Crest game.
Yeah, that one was a big shocker to a lot of people, especially with Mountain Crest getting it right at the end. It's a big win for them.
Well, and Dixie having the bye and having 2 weeks to prepare, and that game was like this game in the first half. It was back and forth action. There was some big punches thrown. There was a boxing match, but it was, one big play after another, and it just seemed they just kept going back and forth at each other.
Yeah.
And it came down to one big play at the end, and just a beautiful throw and catch by Mountain Crest, and they advanced. So.
Of course, and as we mentioned, Cedar got on the board first.
Yeah.
Crimson retaliates, and they get on the board next. Crimson gets on the board again and pulls away. Well, then Cedar, right at the end of the second quarter, gets on the board and steals that momentum back away. And it was a good back and forth game between these two teams in the first half. The second half, it ended up being all Crimson. They get the win again, 33-14. So, well, that'll wrap it up for us here in the postgame show. Thank you for joining us here on the Fan Sports Network in this one and in all of our broadcasts tonight. We want to give a special shout out to our Region 10 Sports.TV crew, to Dusty and Matt for helping us out there.
Best guys in the land right there.
Absolutely. To Paul Ratliff back in the studio for running the board for us on the radio side of things. Big shout out to Paul. And to all of our crews that have helped cover these games tonight between cameras and our people on the microphone and everywhere in between. So thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be with you again on Saturday for round 3 of the playoffs right here on the Fan Sports Network. Everyone, have a good night.
Good night, everybody.